Good morning, everybody. You know that movie?
Spinal Tap.
Yes, I'm so happy. I was going to roast you if you didn't. Good morning, Ben and Woods, 97.3, The Fan, one of the best movies of all time. Period. The end.
Agree.
A mockumentary, if you will. Spinal Tap will definitely factor into today's program at some point. But great to be here. Happy Friday, everybody. I think the spirits are high today. Everyone's excited about Padres baseball, Padres, Guardians later this afternoon, and we'll talk about it today. We had a great time on the roundtable yesterday. Thank you to Epic Wings. Delicious wings, top-notch, fresh. The veggies are always fresh, too, like the crispiest. No, it's not crispy.
No, it's true. It's crisp.
It's crispest. It's the crisp. They are the crispest carrots and celery you'll find.
Most crisp.
Most crisp. They're the most crisp celery? I don't think so. I think I stepped in it.
They have the crispest celery in the biz.
And carrots, too. Because sometimes you go get wings, and they throw the bottom of the barrel. But it's so fresh, and the dips and everything. It's unbelievable.
House made. All their ranch blue cheese made in-house.
And
no freezers.
The breadsticks. Oh, my God.
Soft. Delicious.
Everything is.
How did you
perfect.
gain all the weight?
There you go, right
Epic
there.
Wings comes in every Thursday. Great to be here, though. I'm Woodsy. Paul Reindl is our executive producer. Good morning, Paulie.
Hey, how are you?
Doing great. Benjamin Higgins, your friendly neighborhood sports anchor, and Dub J says Ben is a great facilitator of the roundtable. He really is. I remain impressed every single week, which is, for you, it's not great because means you always have to do it. You always, that's the thing. Is
the curse of competence.
The curse of competence is a real thing. He's never going to ask me to do it because it's going to be terrible.
It's a labor of love, and you guys make it fun. And I loved our new format with special guests.
Oh, it's so good.
Keeps
man.
it fresh every single week.
It does.
B-Law was
he's fantastic.
Was a treasure. That was fantastic to get to know him a little bit better as well.
He invited you to play golf.
I know.
So. Are you holding out for Tim Stauber, or will you settle for B-Law is what I want to know.
No, I just moved my man crush right over.
To B-Law. He's the best.
You kind of raised your nose a little bit at the thought of B-Law compared to Tim Stauber.
In comparison, yes.
Yeah. And I thought that was totally unfair to B-Law.
After the roundtable was over and Woods, you were gone, we went down the elevator together, and B-Law and I had a really long conversation about what he's up to outside of, the baseball world now, and his field turf business where they work on a lot of local high school fields and leveling them out and getting them really nice. I thought it was awesome. I go, you should build an entire field for Woods. He's always looking for field space. You have your own field created by Brian Lawrence at some point.
It would be if I had to rub the genie, that a huge facility to practice in. And then an outdoor, just beautiful field of dreams type situation, Woods Field. That's it. That'd probably be the number one wish that I could have. I did want to start today's show by wishing a very, very happy birthday to my mom, Marcia Ann Woods. I'm not going to say how old she is, but she's very young, and she looks very young, and she acts very young. So I love you, Mom. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, Mom.
I'm going to tell her she birthed a monopoly.
What does that mean, Woods?
Well,
you're such an anomaly.
Well, you will soon find out, tier ones, because yes, today is the day that I have been waiting for with bated breath.
New release Friday, baby.
It's new release Friday today. And as we talked about last week, today is the day where Pat McAfee of the Pat McAfee Show has released his full-length debut album, and it's called The Diary of a Polarizing Figure. Fancies himself a real polarizing figure.
How many tracks?
Oh, I think he is a polarizing figure.
That's true. He probably is, but this is his diary.
Some people are going to love it.
Hold on, pause. Ben wants to know 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 songs.
14
Weighing
different songs.
At 42 minutes. Okay?
Okay.
42 minutes. Oh, God, sorry.
So an average of 3 minutes per song.
I'm trying to scroll down and it keeps hitting play. I'll give you the names of the songs first. You ready?
All right, let's go through the album list.
First song is Pitbull and a Mugshot. Second one's Blue Collar Symphony. Good Times, Young Me, Polarizing Figure, Outlaws, and then this one's just called Oops, more like Poops. Smoking, No One Ever Knows, Rich as S, You're Alive, Click Clack, Cheers to the South. All right. I listened to this album this morning, almost in its entirety.
I was gonna say, I bet you did.
I
the
did.
Whole thing, huh?
Well, the funny thing is you start listening to a song and then it's over. They're like 2 minutes long. So I'm like, all right, there's one down. And I got through most of it.
The music is subjective.
Music is subjective.
Your opinion carries some weight, but people may disagree with what you have to say.
I'm not a professional music critic, but I do like music. It makes Jelly Roll sound like Chris Christopherson. Like it makes Jelly Roll sound like Willie Nelson. It is unquestionably the worst album I've ever heard in my entire life, front to back. Don't let me like you be the judge, Paulie. Let's start with the very cliched Good Times. Can we do that? And then you can ring the bell every time you hear the same garbage that you hear in every other country song right now.
Blue Jeans, Painted On, Tailgate.
Play it. You'll hear every.
I'm saying you know the cliches.
Yeah,
River,
Beer.
That's already a cliche right there. That lid. Yep.
Yeah.
That's it. Here we go.
Does he play any of the instruments or no?
Is that a fiddle?
Yeah, I want a guitar.
Boom.
And a fiddle too.
Fiddle.
And a big old drum.
Yep.
So we can feel that boom. I want some whiskey.
Boom.
And a smoky rum.
Boom.
Yeah, I want good times for me and you.
Whoa. What was that?
I want a small town and a no dirt road.
Oh.
I want a creek bank where the water rolls slow. I can use a little sunset sitting in your eyes. Cause only you, baby, get me this high. Yeah. I want a guitar and a fiddle too. And some big old drums so we can feel that no. I want some whiskey.
It's just terrific, man.
Again here.
Yeah, just repeat it. All right. I wonder if AJ Hawk sang background and he just
He was just staring.
he just sat there on the mic. He just didn't say anything. Here's the thing about Pat.
AJ, take it away.
He's like, here's the thing about Pat. Very successful. People might hear this and go, man, you're so jealous of Pat McAfee. Okay, fine. Like, I'd love to have his paycheck for sure.
Oh, yeah.
I think he's a talented guy. I think he is. I think he's a talented guy.
I will say this. I think them adding him to College Game Day on Saturdays was phenomenal.
He's been great on that show.
He crushes it on that show.
So, problem is, he surrounded himself with yes men. Because if I came to you, I would hope that you guys would go, Woodsy, come on.
You can't release
You
that.
can't do this. And I would go, what? This is the diary of a polarizing. I can be polarizing at times. This is a diary of a polarizing figure. I would hope that one of my friends would say, please, dude. But you can't
just because I'm good at the round table doesn't mean that I can play the New York Philharmonic.
That's right. That's right.
Because I've just decided I want to.
I want to. I just decided that like I'm going to do that. All right. So that's like you knew one of those was coming because you might as well throw it on. It sounds like the start of College Game Day. Honestly, like this song, they could totally
Just off them pads.
Here we go. It's Georgia and Clemson today, or
Fire
whatever.
up
Like
that tailgate.
that's it, dude. So you knew that one was coming. This one was a little different, and this is the one that really, really jumped out of the speakers at me as I was driving in my truck, by the way, to work. This one's called Click Clack.
Should have been going to the creek bed.
I know. Paulie had to edit this.
Yeah, I have listened to this one. It did require a few edits. This one takes the cake, I think.
Steve says you should ring the bell when there isn't a country cliche. All right, here we go.
This is Click Clack.
Yeah. Click Clack.
Sounds like a badass Under Armour football commercial.
Yeah. The preacher, Pat McAfee. Did you hear him getting it? Here we go.
You hear them horns playing. Well, that's the Lord saying. This shit about to go down, ain't no more waiting. Yeah, from ashes came to ashes, in the dust went up to dust, and now it's about time to go and somebody up. I got the feels like about to be iconic before midnight. So tell them keep their eyes open, this they wanna see this a lot. Take a shot, Halle Vinatieri. It's time to go and steal the show. Trying to be the go. Click, clack, reload. It's time to go and steal the show. Trying to be the go. Click, clack, reload.
Oh, it gets
So
way worse.
The chorus there was trying to be the GOAT, click clack, time to reload.
Yep.
Okay. Second verse.
It's more
Not same as the first this
not
time.
the same as the first,
No.
but it's more of the same.
We got the suits quaking, shaking, breaking. Everybody's waiting, no debating that they hating greatness, invading and baking. Well, it's a new generation with a lethal combination. Not giving a damn and not having any patience. Time to go and steal the show.
And then back to the chorus.
But wait.
He tried to rap a little bit more in that second verse, I think.
Tried to. All right, here we go. Come on.
And steal the show.
All right.
Trying to be the go. Click, clack, reload. It's time to go and steal the show. Trying to be the go. Click, clack, reload. I guess I'm an anomaly. My mom birthed a monopoly. It feels like there's no stopping. See, you wanna fight, we'll drop them. See, I guess I can agree that I'm dynamical. I silence all the sheep like Hannibal. It's time to go.
I mean, that is like it's 14.
I guess I'm an anomaly. My mom birthed a monopoly. That's why you're a monopoly.
I guess I'm an anomaly. My mom birthed a monopoly.
Why does he change his voice to like the? You
He's trying to sound like Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah, that's it.
He went from
man,
Jelly Roll to Kendrick Lamar,
just like that.
between verse 2 and the bridge.
It's like I ripped it this morning, but hey, he'll probably. Here's the thing: we're living in such a chud timeline. He'll probably sell.
He's probably have $20 million.
Yeah, he's making $20 million on this.
It's already.
I guess I'm an anomaly.
Oh, yeah,
Probably at this point this morning.
I went and read a couple of reviews this morning, and yeah, they're everything you can imagine. I mean, it's being compared to Spinal Tap for sure. But
when I was editing that song, I thought the first verse was pretty bad, and then I thought the second verse definitely worse than the first one. He's rhyming more, he's trying to talk a little bit faster, but then that third verse kicked in, all 8 lines of it. And I think that's the worst verse of any song I've ever heard.
I guess I'm an anomaly.
This could be in my head all day, dude.
It feels like there's no stopping. See, you wanna fight, we'll drop them. See, I guess I can agree.
I think he killed music today. I think music is now like I knew it was trending in a poor direction, but I think today is the day the music died.
And I think you'd agree if you've got something that you want to do and it's in you, there's nothing wrong with trying to create, expressing yourself.
Just write it down.
Unfortunately, he has this giant platform and the resources to then impose it all on the rest of us.
That's tough. I just imposed it on everyone because I needed it for content, which is why I was happy to sit through it this morning. But, man, it was everything I imagined it would be and then some. So congratulations on putting out your album, Pat, and your $60 million contract and all of that's great. It's great. I would kill to have that contract. Actually, I would. That would be terrible.
Who's Halle Vinatieri?
I don't know. Who is Halle Vinatieri?
Because we talked about Pat McAfee like a week ago when he was name checked in Adam Vinatieri's Hall of Fame speech last week.
So tell them keep their eyes open, this they wanna see this The lock, take a shot, Halle Vinatieri. It's time to go.
Adam Vinatieri's wife is Valerie Vinatieri, so it's not her.
Take a shot, Halle Vinatieri. It's time.
I don't know.
Take a shot, Halle Vinatieri.
Maybe he just needed something that rhymed.
Maybe Vinatieri rhymed with
all that they could come up with.
That was tough, man. That was really, really tough. And again, it's just one of those things where, like ESPN, they do this where they take somebody and they're like, "Hey, here it is," and then they just cram it down your throat at every single opportunity. When you pay somebody, like if I paid somebody a lot of money to work for me, and I mean a lot of money because they pay him a lot of money, yeah, I'd be expecting him to do a lot of stuff. And I'd be making sure that I forced him or her to do a lot of stuff. Yeah. Like, hey, I'm paying you an exorbitant amount of money here. There's no days off, right? Like, so that's what they do, ESPN. When they sign somebody to a big deal, they just jam them down your throat. They throw them on every program, and you're just kind of stuck with it. That's what it is.
I guess I'm an anomaly. My mom birthed a monopoly.
He's had a lot of success, tons. And I would worry if I put that out. I'm like, oh, they're going to fire me.
Nobody wants anybody to jam Pat McAfee down their throat. I hate it when a show just doesn't stop playing Pat McAfee.
I know.
All they talk about.
Can you imagine just shoving Pat McAfee?
I guess I'm an anomaly. My mom birthed a monopoly.
That's bad. So I don't know. This morning when I looked, so on Spotify, if you're a band and you have that less than sign on your number of streams, it's never like, so you see the less than 1,000, under 1,000.
They don't go down to triple digits. You got to get over 1,000 before you start getting an actual number.
Like the one thing that gives me a little bit of pause is it's been out since midnight or whatever when they put out albums, and each track has less than 1,000. So maybe music's got, you can hear the faintest little. It's staying alive, but we just probably played more of it than maybe anybody will today, except for maybe like Mrs. McAfee and like his parents and stuff. If that was my son, I don't even know if I'd be proud. I was like, that's Terry. You can't put that out.
Did you think he was like might have something promising with the beginning to that song?
No. The Reverend bit, no.
Or did you just know? You're like, I know exactly what's about to happen.
Yeah, it's tough, man. I don't want to hear anymore. It's going to make me insane, but I will be thinking about my mom birthed a monopoly for the rest of the day. I guess I'm an anomaly. How was your day yesterday, Benjamin? Did you do anything exciting?
Day was good. Let's see. I think the most exciting thing I did. Have you guys ever taken a love language quiz online?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize there are 5 love languages. I've never seen this before.
What?
So I took it for the first time.
You just
heard about this?
Yeah. You just heard about
I just heard about
the 5 love languages.
I just heard about the 5 love languages.
Acts of service, physical touch,
receiving
words of
gifts,
affirmation,
quality time.
Yeah.
I had never done this before, so I tried to find out a little something about myself, the type of love that I like to
It's really important to know.
Right.
It's important to know what kind of love you give and receive.
That's right.
I did not know this, so I found out a little bit more about myself. Any guesses as to what my top love languages are?
Let's see.
Words of affirmation.
No, that was actually that was kind of.
He loves hearing how he did a good job.
No, he loves telling himself how he did a good job.
I hope you can. I hope you can guess what my absolute lowest was.
Gift giving. It's not even close. Are you kidding?
It was 0%.
0%
on the receiving gifts, giving gifts. It was my absolute
zero
lowest score. I got a 0 on receiving gifts.
Yours is physical touch.
And the top 2 are very close. It was acts of service and physical touch,
which can be they can be melded together.
They could.
Those 2 they go hand in hand. To be.
Well, which ones do you think you guys are? Have you done it before?
I know what I am.
You are.
Yeah, I am acts of service, physical touch, and words of affirmation. My wife is 1,000% acts of service. That's 1,000%.
0 everything else.
She quality time. She loves quality time.
Yeah, that was my third one, was quality time.
But physical touch would be her gift giving, I would say. To you.
Right.
But she doesn't really care about words of affirmation. She cares about acts of service most of all.
Okay. And Paulie, what was your top ones, do you think?
It's been a while, but I think it was physical touch and words of affirmation.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Dominic says acts of service, asking other people to donate.
Well, this is what I believe. This is what I prefer receiving as opposed to giving. So
yeah, I think with the giving is like you try to give what they want, and I do enjoy acts of service because I know it makes her happy. I don't like when I'm asked to do acts of service, but I actually do like I do like performing acts of service. I have no problem doing it. I could do better. I could do more. I'd like to be. The problem is with my missus. If she came home and I was like, hey, I took your car in and got it washed, she'd be like, don't touch my car. you know what I mean? So it's always kind of a fine line of like, oh no, I didn't want you to actually do that.
So she's acts of service, kind of.
Sometimes an act of service is leave me the heck alone.
Correct. Dude,
that's your
right.
act of service right now. Don't talk to me and leave me alone.
If something like, but if I say to her, hey, I remembered without you having to tell me that today was garbage day, or hey, I went ahead and did this and that, so you don't have to. If I went in, honestly, it's like she does the laundry. She rarely complains about it. Rarely. Sometimes she'll be like, oh my God, look at this laundry. That's about the extent of it. But if I grabbed all the stuff and I started folding everyone's clothes and hanging them, she'd be like, don't touch it. Please don't touch the laundry. It's just you're gonna mess up my system, right? So it's hard. You have to kind of read what acts of service are good. But like bringing her a cup of coffee on a Saturday morning, bro, it goes miles. But that's fantastic.
Yeah, it's just interesting to learn a little bit about myself. I had never seen these before. So
you've never heard of them?
No, this was new to me.
Where have you
That's
been?
crazy.
In a cave?
Apparently.
These have been out this was like a huge thing. And like 1992, Gary Chapman's The 5 Love Languages has been out since you were a junior in high school. No wonder you never got laid in college. Come on. I was reading articles about this since I was a junior.
You know what? It's never too late to start the journey of discovery about yourself.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Well, that is it's fascinating. How about you, Paul? Did you do anything fun?
What did I do yesterday? No.
Just
hung out, chilled.
Played baseball cards.
Yeah.
I also went to San Diego
Baseball
State
cards?
football practice.
How was that? How'd they look?
Well, actually,
they look good.
Not bad. Lucky Sutton is the running back.
Yeah.
This guy's a dude.
He is a dude.
I remember him
last year, right?
He's back for another season. He had like 1,300 plus rushing yards last year, and got a chance to talk to him and his running backs coach. And I've never heard a coach say this about a player before. He said he does everything, like in practice, everything perfully. I tell all the other players, just watch how Lucky does it.
Love that.
Because he does it right. His eyes are in the right place. His tempo is correct. He just has it on lockdown. Like, all right, well, now I'm starting to feel a little bit more interested about the San Diego State football team.
Sure.
But
yeah, I mean, it's then again, like I was watching preseason last night, and I'm like, oh my God, Fernando Mendoza slinging, ripping dimes.
Yeah, he looked good.
And Jeremiah Love was running his ass off for the Cardinals, and I'm like, yeah, hell yeah. It's still preseason, it's practice.
Haven't played anybody yet.
Yeah, exactly. But
San Diego State's doing their first Saturday open scrimmage at Snapdragon tomorrow. So that's why I was out there to do a preview story.
How is Sean Lewis's media rules as opposed to Deion Sanders that we talked about yesterday?
They're somewhat restrictive, but not as onerous as Deion's. There is an open period where you can take some pictures and report on some things, and then they close it, and you kind of go away for a while, and then you come and meet with the coaches and players afterwards.
It makes sense. It really does, because football, you're running like you could run a baseball team, Ben, and be like, yeah, you guys can come out and watch us. Like they do the practices before like playoff games and stuff. They go out and they do the workouts, and they're public or whatever to the media at least, and go out and watch. You're not going to show me anything I haven't seen. You know what I mean? They're not going to be pulling
Ty France took some reps at first today.
Like they bring in Michael King, and he looks around and slings one with his left hand.
I always feel like I could watch the entire practice, and then Fresno State's coach could offer me $1 million to say, Tell me what you saw.
Like, I have no idea.
I have no idea what they're doing.
They ran right. They ran left.
They did some running plays.
They did a play action once.
Plays. I have no idea what's going on out there.
Yeah.
Zero clue whatsoever. I'm sorry. I will happily take your $1 million and spill the secrets. I could not even explain what they are doing out there. What's their blocking scheme?
No idea.
What's a blocking scheme? I don't know.
I will forever remain ignorant / it's so confounding to me that I go, I'm not even going to try. Like, I just enjoy them. I enjoy watching them drop back, throw the ball, or run the ball really hard. I love a good block. I love a good crack back. I love a good tackle. But to get in the weeds, the first time I saw a high school playbook, the second I opened it, I go, this is not for me. I have no earthly idea what this guy's talking about.
Is the tackle pulling or trapping? I don't know.
No idea. I know
like
that.
Our friend Daniel Jeremiah, who
he's
tier
so
one,
good.
such a great guy. And it's like he'll watch games and just watch the offensive line.
It's so good.
I've never taken my eye off the ball.
Vinny says,
football.
This is so good, Vinny. It's such a good question. Vinny goes, can you at least read a defense? No. If they say, like, if I showed you a defense, I said are they in cover 2? Would you know?
No. I could tell if like they have maybe like a nickel package in because they have the 5 defensive backs as opposed to 4 of them, or the dime is 6 defensive backs.
Yeah,
so
I played Madden too, buddy.
That's about.
I know the nickel and dime.
That's about all I can really manage.
Prevent.
Prevent.
Oh, that's way back there. Yeah, in the prevent.
But like reading it, when I see those like Hard Knocks and stuff, and they're like, all right, cover 2, and it's just confounding to me. It just blows my mind. So, all right, let's get cracking on a Friday.
All right, we will come back. We'll set the menu for our Friar Friday edition, where we will, in fact, get to hold Craig Stammen's feet to the fire once again today.
Crispy.
A little different than 2 weeks ago.
No. Most crisp.
Most crisp feet.
A little different than 2 weeks ago, I must say, the tone of probably the discussion, but we will talk with Craig Stammen from Cleveland as the Padres get ready to open a 3-game series against the Guardians. We'll let you know all about it coming up next. We are broadcasting live from our Bill House studios. We know how on a Friday morning. Ben and Woods on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Well, listen, I've shared with you guys my my football playbook and then my understanding of the insurance game. They're very similar. They were. This is why companies like SuperSure exist for people like me. Honestly, I'm not the owner, CFO, or HR manager of a business, but if I were, I would want something that was easy for me to use and convenient. SuperSure, the super agency built for you, licensed in every state for your business insurance and employee benefits. So they do have year-round support for you and your team because, well, your business is running all year. There's gaps involved. There's risk involved. SuperSure can take care of all that. You can access tools like Fine Print Facts or the Business Value Calculator. You know what your business is actually worth, and you know what actually needs protecting and covering. So go to supersure.com, one super agency, one powerful platform, all your policies in one place. Go to supersure.com. That's supersure.com. Paid for by SuperSure Insurance Agency, LLC, a licensed insurance agency.
Yeah, I want good times.
He just here. I'll show you a little. Just a little.
Please don't.
Just a little bit. What hurts on you?
Nothing at all.
A little bit.
Not that now.
So let's say
whatever you're about to touch is the only thing.
Let's say
It's gonna hurt.
Right?
All right, yeah.
Okay.
Pretend your knee hurts.
Pretend your knee.
It's going to in a second.
Right here.
Oh, that is not pleasant.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Humul Casino Resort, now open.
Off day for your San Diego Padres.
Much deserved. Much deserved.
I would imagine that they enjoyed it. Now
In Cleveland.
they got in very late, probably with the time change. I know Bob Scanlon got in late. I remember seeing some tweets looking for a meal at 3 a.m. in Cleveland. Nothing was open.
I felt so bad for him, and I liked that he took us along for the journey. He was trying to get a cheeseburger at like 3 in the morning, and he hit up Uber Eats or something. And I don't think Scans had a great experience with Uber Eats in the past. I don't know that I've ever used Uber Eats.
You're a DoorDash guy.
I get personalized. Hey, where you been? Chick-fil-A's still here, bud. On like Fridays, they're like, hey, Woodsy, are you okay? Are you alive? Proof of life, please. And but I've never used Uber Eats, I don't think.
Our records show you haven't eaten in 4 days.
Exactly right. That's exactly right. How are Bo and Taylor doing? Are they eating? Because we haven't heard from you. But Scan, I don't think it's had really good luck with Uber Eats. And it is kind of this has probably happened to you guys before, where you order something and then you get the notification that it's been canceled. It's happened very rarely with DoorDash, but it has happened. And where they're like, oh, we've had to cancel this order. And you're like, oh my God, I want to die.
Well, I
and
had
at 3 in the
with,
morning.
Uber or Lyft, where you get the Uber, you set it, and like
Bro.
2 minutes before it's supposed to get there,
They
you find out
cancel.
it's been canceled, and now you got to grab another one, and you're waiting forever. So I imagine it's similar. They couldn't find a driver. I don't know, when you're trying to order something in the middle of the night, where is it even coming from? What's
7 Mile
what's
Casino,
open?
just 7 minutes from downtown,
Exactly.
24/7 players menu,
So-
obviously.
So hopefully everybody got to sleep in a little bit, wake up late in a hotel in Cleveland, and have a nice, relaxing day.
He said it was 4 a.m. He's like, I guess I'll just stay up, find a nice place for breakfast, and go have some breakfast. The bleary-eyed road warrior in the middle of August. I mean, Scan did it so much as a player. Got to have you questioning your life decisions, doesn't it? Like some of those trips where you're just like, oh, we're off to Cincinnati and we get in at 3 o'clock in the morning, and when we're going to wake up, it's going to be 110.
I had to. I asked myself though, the Padres stay in some really nice hotels.
Oh,
as
yeah.
do all Major League Baseball teams. Is there not 24-hour room service at most of these
Not
places?
anymore, I don't think.
Has that gone away?
I think a lot of the service
That might have been a COVID casualty.
could be. Yeah, it could be, but I'm sure there are some that do. But I can vividly recall in the last maybe 5 years of staying at a couple of really nice places and being like, oh no, sorry, sir, we have we could bring you up like a cheese dish or something, but we don't have, the kitchen's closed and you can't get a meal. Which, you do what you got to do when you're staying at a place like that. But was that bad planning by Scan potentially too?
No, I don't think it was bad planning. I'm sure he had something to eat on the plane. They feed them on those planes
But
quite well. But Scan, I've seen him before.
He packs it in.
Does he?
He needs quite a few meals. And I know he's been trying to eat. He's been eating healthier.
His daughter's
lately.
a nutritionist, and he said she's got him. He looks.
Yeah, he did.
dialed.
When he came in for the Epic Wings roundtable, he wouldn't.
He had a
touch
piece
the
of celery, I
breadsticks. Yeah, I
think.
think that's all he had. But I think he does need to eat a lot, like regularly at intervals throughout the day, or he'll just run out of gas. So I think he was really desperate for something by 4 a.m. and just couldn't find it.
I loved it, man. I hope he's doing okay. He spilled coffee on a shirt. He had a bad day. He had a really, really bad day. He spilled coffee on a shirt in the pregame, and so he didn't have a backup, so they had to go find him one like in a prize closet, and it looked like
Stop.
it looked like one of yours, and it was all wrinkled. It looked like it'd been wadded up in a ball. He said, I know this looks like it's been ironed with a rock. And he's on the broadcast doing it. It was so good.
He's usually his shirts are very crisp, even his polos.
His hair is crisp. Everything is dialed.
It's the most crispest.
The most crispest.
Scanlon that we've got.
Mm-hmm.
So Padres earned that nice day off in Cleveland. And now they get back to action later today. And we will talk about it all morning long. Coming up in our 7 o'clock hour after Don't Do This at 7:20. We'll probably get to our MLB Reacharound here at 7 o'clock. And then at 7:35, we will talk with our friend Darren Smith, get his thoughts on the Padres, host of the Friar Territory podcast. And we'll talk a little SDFC. Big game tomorrow as they return to MLS play at LAFC. One of their big rivals up on the road, coming off a pair of wins this week in the Leagues Cup. So we'll have Darren Smith at 7:35. And then in our 8 o'clock hour, we'll play our last game of the week of Take on Woods at 8:20. We got a TV category left. And at 8:35, it's our manager's report brought to you by SDCCU. It's not big bank banking. It is better. And we will speak with the skipper of the San Diego Padres, Craig Stammen, as they embark on this 6-game road trip to Cleveland and New York City to take on the Mets. And then in our 9 o'clock hour, Reindl Report, and we can look more ahead to the series against the Guardians coming up, who got shut out yesterday.
I watched the last 5 innings of that game. Yeah, they're not playing very well, which is to say they still could play very well against the San Diego Padres. It doesn't mean literally anything right now, but that was a big game for them, playing against the Detroit Tigers, and they got shut out. Did not look great. Only gave up 3 runs, but their offense has sputtered a little bit, Benjamin. So and they got good pitching going against us too.
Yeah, we can go through the matchups and talk a little bit more about some of the roundtable yesterday. We'll do that after a quick check of traffic here on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 97.3 The Fan Traffic Center, here's your latest traffic update. San Diego 805 northbound from Imperial Avenue. We have slowing until the 94 interchange. Now, your National University educated route would be the 15 northbound to bypass this. With your San Diego traffic, I am Fonseca.
This update is brought to you by Albertsons, Vons, and Pavilions, bringing the joys of food to your table. Shop Vons and Albertsons for savings on family favorites. Chobani Greek yogurt, 4.5 to 6.7 ounces are $1, limit 30. And locally grown medium ripe Hass avocados are 99 cents each with membership where applicable. Download the app for more details and savings.
I enjoyed yesterday's roundtable quite a bit. And it was interesting, the discussion about whether the Padres now feel like actual World Series contenders. It's almost hard for me to get my mind around it because we were so convinced a month ago that this team is almost certainly not even going to make the playoffs. It would be laughable to talk about them making a deep run in October, somehow getting past the Dodgers or the Brewers or the Cubs and going to the World Series.
The Phillies, even before they fell off.
Really, none of it made any sense whatsoever. But I don't think any of us really disagreed that based on what we have seen the last few weeks, it absolutely does look like a team that at least has the capability. Not like they're not the favorites, but they have the capability to win a series against good playoff opponents. And once you can do that, you really are all of a sudden a contender in baseball.
You know, it's not flagship talk, right? It's not turd polishing homerism talk. It was on every Rosenthal said it. Alana Rizzo, who hates the San Diego Padres, had to choke out a compliment for the Padres in the way that they've been playing yesterday.
I saw the
clip, like everybody.
The clip that I saw, and I got it here if you want to hear it, but Chris Rose and Trevor Plouffe were talking about the Padres, and they said they think this team is similar to the 2024 team.
Sure.
And I heard that and I go, okay, I kind of see what they're talking about. I don't remember the 2024 team being like bottom 3 in offense for half the season.
No.
But the way they're playing right now, is that comparable to 2024? Maybe. Here's what Chris Rose and Trevor Plouffe said.
Moment. It is powered by Amazon. Let's spin the clock back to 2024 when the Dodgers won the first of their consecutive World Series. They said the Padres were the toughest out. How close is this San Diego team being to what that San Diego team was?
I mean, when things are going right, it's not too dissimilar. It truly isn't. I mean, that year, Jackson Merrill came on. He was an absolute stud. He's starting to turn around a little bit. Tatis has gotten going. And if you look at, again, like the roster is mainly the same. When all is going right, which it is right now, it's not too dissimilar. And I could say there's a chance this team might be a little bit better just because of the Mason Miller factor.
I'll spin it back to last year where pitching-wise, they were great against the Cubs. They couldn't freaking hit. And for the first 2.5 months, if not more, this offense was putrid. We're talking bottom 5 in the sport. Well, ever since they've kind of gone on this run, it's flipped. They've been top 5, top 7 in a lot of different categories. So I know it's a long season. I know you guys like the cliche when you play this game of check the back of my baseball card. But I guess that's what's happened here is that guys they're not doing anything that's different than what they've done the past 5 or 10 years of their career, depending on how long they've played this game.
Yeah, it's a really good point. And you know me, man, I don't like to get ahead of myself anymore because I used to really like to get ahead of myself. And 2024 was the year that made me stop getting ahead of myself. So they can thank themselves for that atrocity. But you asked the question yesterday on the roundtable, and I think it's a fair one, certainly. And again, when the national pundits pick it up and start running with it, it does give you a little bit of pause. The thing that we all know to be true, Padres fans, doomers, toxic positivity fans, it doesn't matter. Go out and lose these next 6 games, no problem. I mean, it just is just the way that it is. It's just the way that this game goes.
I mean, Brian
the Boston
Lawrence
Red Sox
will have like a 4-game losing streak at some point between now and the end of the season.
Boston Red Sox, a fantastic example, 31-5, 5 straight they lost. I mean, and then they won yesterday, but it's so easy to do.
We'll be despondent again when that happens.
Oh, yeah.
And we'll feel
sick.
They blew us. They blew it's done. They've blown it. They were doing so well. What happened? I mean,
they really are playing with a lot of confidence. They're playing with a lot of swag. They're big three, big four, whatever. Well, big three, I would say, are playing well. And there's a lot of belief in that clubhouse that they can do it. But I loved also what Brian said. The best quote of the day was, trust me, they are not talking about a World Series right now in there. They're not talking about a World Series. That's something for you guys and the national people to do. They are talking about how do we beat Gavin Williams? How do we win this series? And then we'll move on to New York.
So, but let's just imagine this series that just happened against the Milwaukee Brewers. Everything is exactly the same, except on Monday, Jackson Merrill just gets slightly under the ball and flies out to the warning track instead of a 2-run home run, and the Padres lose 2-1.
Sure.
And instead of striking out all three guys, Adrian Morejon gives up a little dribbler, and the run comes home and scores, and the Padres lose again. And now they've dropped 2 out of 3. Are they really playing any different than they were?
They're really not.
I mean,
things are going their way.
Things are also just kind of going their way,
Yep.
and that won't always be the case.
It's not always going to be.
Because it's baseball. And I think that's the thing that players always stress and coaches always stress is sometimes you play poorly and win.
Oh.
Sometimes you play well and lose.
Sometimes when you win, you really lose. And sometimes when you lose or win, you actually
And then
tie.
occasionally those things happen a lot in order, or you play like three really good games and win, and then you play a bad game and win, and then you play a mediocre game and win, and you got a 5-game winning streak. Sometimes you play 4 good games and you lose all of them by 1 run, and then you get blown out in the other one, and now
you
it's
suck.
a 5-game losing streak. But it wasn't that different than the previous 5 games.
Sometimes when you win, you really lose. And sometimes when you lose, you really win.
She's right, by the way.
And sometimes when you win or lose, you actually tie.
That one I don't
And
get.
sometimes when you tie, you actually win or lose.
That's right.
I hate it when you talk like this.
So good. No, it's.
When I say I'm thirsty, that means if anybody has a glass of water, I'd like to have a sip.
Yeah, get me a sip. You're so stupid. I want you to say, I too have been thirsty. I sympathize with you. Yeah, one game at a time is really as a fan, and you fan how you want. I'm like, how do you beat Gavin Williams? You just beat Kyle Harrison, and you just beat Dustin May, kind of, and you beat, who was the first guy they
Logan Henderson.
Oh, you beat Logan Henderson, right? And this team just has a lot of resolve. And I think if your team has resolve, you always feel like you're in it.
But I think they've always had resolve.
I do too.
They always fought back. Now, for a lot of the season, it wasn't enough because they were just not getting off to good starts.
They didn't have
hitting.
They didn't have the horses,
and didn't have deep enough starting pitching rotation.
The horses were lame at that point.
Yeah, resolve is great, but it's not enough.
No,
in and
you
of
can't
itself.
Will yourself to it, and like in basketball,
you need talent.
Yeah,
you need a lot of talent as well. Resolve's great,
and talent's got to play well.
But the talent is playing well. That's the difference right now. Jackson Merrill is playing really, really well again, and he's hitting. Fernando Tatis Jr. is a threat again every time he comes to the plate. You feel like in the first half of the season, you can miss a Fernando at bat. You weren't all that concerned about it.
Yeah, you were.
Now I know he's coming up in the next inning. Like, I will pause what I am doing, even if I'm kind of distracted, locked out. Fernando's up. I'm stopping washing the dishes and listening, and I'm going in and watching that at bat.
You could say the
specifically
same about Manning. You could say the same about Jackson. This team was lulling me to sleep for weeks at a time earlier in the season, and now, appointment style viewing. Like I'm parked in front of my TV tonight at 4:10. Just ready to go. Or is it 4:10?
4:10 first pitch, 3:10 Eco Water SoCal pregame show with Sammy Levitt on a Friday. Bennett Woods is brought to you by David P. Shapiro, criminal defense attorneys, helping good people regain control of their future when charged with a crime since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com. When we come back to start our second hour, we will get into our MLB Reacharound, which should be a fairly interesting one because we had a number of different games that were noteworthy yesterday, including the Field of Dreams game in the cornfield.
I loved it.
Which featured a cameo by one of our very favorite San Diego Padres.
Incredible moment.
Which was awesome. We also saw the Los Angeles Dodgers blow another game late against the Milwaukee Brewers. Oh, yeah, the Milwaukee Brewers, who now they're not playing very well. Tough West Coast road trip. They seem to have some resolve against the Los Angeles Dodgers, and they were able to win yesterday. So we will talk about that one as well.
3 in the 9th will get you every time.
It will.
Yep.
It absolutely will. So we'll get to our MLB Reach Around, other news and notes from the world of baseball, all coming up next with Ben and Woods. Don't go away. We are live on a Friday morning on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. Baseball goes on. Padres off, but other games were being played yesterday. Shall we just get right into our MLB Reacharound? Talk about the rest of Major League Baseball. You ready for it?
I mean, we don't have to.
Was that too fast for you? Did I move too quickly?
Yeah, you're
just jumped right into
I just
the
jumped
Reacharound.
right into it.
Yeah, I know. I like to be romanced a little bit.
I know you do.
You know,
wined and dined a
little bit. Yeah, just jumping right into the Reacharound straight at 7:00 is bananas to me. He has a weird. Have you noticed about the Reacharound? You have a weird psychological, not a problem, but like a thing with it.
A problem,
not a problem,
a thing,
but like
a thing.
He has a thing.
What's my thing?
Well, you have I can recall it was the end of the show. We didn't get to the Reacharound because we were rolling, and he was like, we got to get to the Reacharound. I'm like, we can bang the Reacharound. Everyone can pick up the newspaper or go to 97.3thefan.sd.com, look for Adam's game recap, or you can go to ESPN.com. You can see all the scores. You're so diligent. It's your diligence in you. You have to. You got to let go a little bit.
I have a bit of a completion fetish. I like
save that.
I like things to be finished. I like to finish things that I've started. I don't like to leave.
Yeah.
Like I've rarely started a book and stopped it, start a movie and not finish it. I really like to get to the end of things once they've begun.
I used to do that, and now I told you, what did we call it? We called it, it was recently. We were talking about shows that you've started.
You abandon, after
like a jump ship or something.
Or yeah.
No. I watched
like a season or like 3 seasons, and you don't want to go on anymore.
I watched the entire Ozark, except for like the last 2. Diligently. The whole Pluribus. I got through every episode, but like the last one.
I did that. I grew up with Harry Potter, and I stopped reading after the 5th book. They got so long. It was like
you read
the next one was like
5 books.
It went from 1,200 pages to 1,400 pages. I said, you know what? Screw this. I'm done. Now
that's insane to me.
Then the movie started rolling out. So I just watched like the 6th movie, and I'm like, cool. I don't really need to. I don't care about the book. They made the 7th movie into 2 parts. I watched the first 6 movies and the first part of the 7th movie.
Never finished it.
Never watched the end.
Never went back.
It drives a couple of my friends insane.
The Shield is one I did that too. I liked The Shield. Deadwood. I got all the way through for like 2 episodes left, and then there's a Deadwood movie that came out. I still haven't finished Deadwood. I don't know what my problem is. It's severe ADHD, which you do not have. But that's kind of my thing.
I mean, if there's a streaming show, and let's say there's 30 episodes,
right? I'll watch 28.
I may think it's the worst thing that I've ever. Once I've gotten through like 4, I've got to go all the way to the end. Like, even if I hate it, I'm going. Well, I can't. I mean, maybe it gets better.
You can't just walk away.
I can't just walk away.
Leave it incomplete.
It's just on the list of things to do. I've got to check off my list.
That's pause on the Bear like 2 years ago.
Yes, you never went back.
Haven't picked it back up.
Okay. Ted Lasso, I watched the first 3. No, I watched like the first 2.5. I never finished 3. The Bear, I didn't finish last season, and I haven't started this season.
Yeah, so you're a little
I might be done.
Yeah,
I may be done. I get it. You work in a restaurant. It's really tough. I get it.
Yep. There was a couple of dark episodes in a row. I started seeing the writing on the wall. I was like, I'm going to press pause just for a little bit. And then I just never went back. It was weird. I loved the show.
This is good. Uno says it's the feeling of not wanting it to end. Maybe that's it.
Oh.
Paul, your wife.
Once it's completed, you feel let down. It's over. I have a bit of a completion fetish. Dub J says this is nuts. My wife likes to do that with shows, and she says she makes up her own endings, so she's not disappointed.
That's awesome. That's actually awesome. No, I just it's been like a thing. Your wife actually clued me in one time, Paulie, to why I will watch The Sopranos on repeat. And she said, because it's comfortable. And when you find something that comforts you, which is crazy because it's sociopathic murder and you name it, she's like, but for whatever reason, you feel comforted, which is why you've seen it 70. I'm watching it again. Like I'm the
same way. I'll watch reruns of a show I've seen a million times.
I'll read the same book.
if I'm just like scrolling on the apps, can't find anything to watch, I'll go to Netflix and I'll put on the OJ ESPN documentary.
Oh, it's so good.
I
know how it ends, by the way.
Yes, I'm aware of how it ends. It's not great.
Something stressful about not knowing what's going to happen to the characters when you're watching the first time.
Yeah.
And then once you've already watched it and you're rewatching it, it's a complete, comfortable, like guilty pleasure. Like, oh, I'm just going to rewatch this with no surprises. Look for things that maybe I missed the first time around. I'll enjoy a good rewatch just to see like, oh, they dropped some hints that I didn't realize the first time because I didn't know what was going to happen.
Especially if it's a trippy brain warp movie.
Yeah,
you watch
that's always fun as well, but it's totally different. When you already know what is going to happen, you definitely watch less tension.
Well, that's your reach around problem. Is it's not a problem, but it's just your personality. It's very it's a personality indicator. Like the music was playing one time and you're like, and the Orioles beat the Yankees 4-3, and I was like, hey, you're good, we're fine. People can get scores anyway. They want to hear Ben.
You're right. I know you're right.
You know I'm right.
But logical brain says you're correct.
Now,
but let's get to it.
Let's get to the reach around, or he's going to lose his mind.
They're doing the
reach around.
They're doing the
reach around.
Everybody's doing the
reach around. All right, we will start in Dyersville, Iowa, with the Field of Dreams game on Netflix last night.
People hate it. People love it. I loved it. I thought it was amazing. Didn't you?
26 Hall of Famers emerging from the cornfield, including
I think of all the gimmicky things I've seen in the last few years, this one didn't bother me at all.
I really, really, really enjoy it.
I do
hey,
wonder.
We're gonna play the first baseball game on the South Pole or something weird.
Right.
Yeah, I think it looked like they enjoyed it as well. At least the Hall of Famers, Trevor getting to walk out of the corn. I do wonder. The players all pretend at least to enjoy it.
Sure.
You had Byron Buxton and delivering the line. But I wonder, in the middle of a long 162 game season, as you've got all this travel, to then have to stop down and go to the middle of nowhere, Iowa, to play one game and then continue on with your schedule, that does have to be a bit of a grind for the players.
They talked to Trey Turner before the game, and they traveled day of game, which is never a fun thing. They had to travel. The Phillies got in, I guess, and then had to get to the field and play, which is not ideal. It didn't slow them down though at all. They came out swinging last night. Kyle Schwarber led off the game with was it the first pitch?
First bat at bat. I don't know if it was the first pitch or not, but certainly led off the game. Smoked
one into the corn. Now he's a Midwest guy. Like I think he may even be from Iowa, if I'm not mistaken. Like this was perfect for him.
I don't know if it was last year, whenever they've done this before, like no one's hit a home run, and it's like it's the most disappointing thing. All you really want to see is a home run into the corn.
What do you mean no one's hit one?
No, there was a whole game like when they didn't hit one like before, and that's like the total disappointment. So to get it right off the bat, he hits one into the corn, you're like, all right, I'm glad I watched this.
Kyle's from Indiana, I believe.
And I stayed in the Midwest.
That's right.
Pretty close.
Thank you, Jordan.
I ended up with 2 home runs as the Phillies beat the Twins 7-1. So they pick up a half game on the Padres. So now we've got the Padres in the second wild card, Phillies half game back, and the Diamondbacks are now a half game behind the Phillies as they also had the day off yesterday.
It is funny because we were on the roundtable yesterday. You kind of asked, hey, who's not going to be there, at the end? And I think a couple people said Phillies, and it's like they were listening. They went out last night and laid the wood to him. Aaron Nola, by the way, was spectacular. Struck out 9 Minnesota Twins. And I thought Netflix did a great job. I really, really did. I typically have not enjoyed many Netflix sports products. I thought they did a fantastic job. The guys coming out of the corn was one of the coolest things I've ever seen. And Trevor Hoffman coming out with that big old grin on his face, and his Padres uniform was so special.
And Matt Vasgersian was great.
Yeah,
so
always.
That's, you hire the right people, you generally get a better broadcast. Brewers rallied to beat the Dodgers 5-4. We will talk a little bit more about that coming up in our next segment. Nationals shut out the Cubs 7-0. Kate Cavalli took a no-hitter, I think, into the 7th, finished with 10 strikeouts, 1 hit allowed, as the Cubs, a rare loss for the Chicago Cubs. I want, don't look. I want you to guess. Which American League team has the best run differential right now? I did not know this until yesterday.
Tampa Bay.
That's what I assumed Tampa Bay was the answer. It's not.
Astros.
Not correct.
Is it the Twins?
It is not the Twins.
Damn it. Who is it?
It's the Detroit Tigers, who won yesterday 3-0 and are now in a playoff position. They beat the Guardians 3-0, who the Padres will face later today. They moved into the third wild card spot. They have a plus 90 run differential.
That's insane.
Is it possible Detroit is actually a pretty good team that just traded away their 2-time Cy Young Award winner and second best pitcher at the deadline? And at this point, as well as they are playing, you might and even say that they could be one of the favorites in the American League had they kept those guys to go to the World Series. Like, did they just punt on a legitimate World Series opportunity this year? They have good lineup, good players.
Plus 90. Yeah, they're over the Yankees by 1 run right now.
Yep, they moved ahead of the Yankees yesterday to have the best run differential in the American League. Like, what were they doing? Why did they trade away? I guess they just felt like it wasn't going to happen.
They had that feeling that we all had.
Yeah.
They went the opposite of the AJ Preller move, right? Like, and I think that's a good distinction in how GMs operate sometimes. Our gut tells us we don't have the guns to get it done. Let's trade a couple of our guns away, and then we really won't get it done. But if you back into the playoffs, it's a life full of regrets. You have to weigh the regret. What's the bigger regret? Going for it and nothing happens, and you lose Skubal and Mize for a comp pick, and that's all you get, or keeping them and going on a run. Like, what's the
keeping them but not making it.
Yeah. Right? Keeping them but not making it, or trading them for prospects. What's the bigger regret? What can you live with?
Wishing you had them, because
wishing you had them because
you're
could
in
really
a short
use them.
series in the playoffs, and you got there, and now it's like, and we can't throw Tarek Skubal. I don't know. I think that's the bigger regret. You get to the playoffs and you go, we could have legitimately won the World Series this year if we had kept Tarek Skubal.
That'd keep me up for the rest of my life, man.
I agree.
Yeah.
Red Sox, a lot of shutouts yesterday. Red Sox shut out the Blue Jays 7-0. Peyton Tolley, 8 innings of 2-hit ball. Boston snaps their 5-game losing streak. Mariners snapped a 6-game losing streak with a 1-0 win over the Yankees. Weston Wilson, solo home run in the second inning. The only run, Logan Gilbert and 3 relievers combining on a 4-hitter. Angels shut out the Rangers 7-0. Albert Urena and 3 relievers combining on a 5-hitter. Jacob deGrom had to leave the game before a triceps. I think fatigue is what I saw. But now they're down Eovaldi and deGrom and starting to hemorrhage in the standings. No longer in a playoff spot. The Pirates beat up the Marlins 13-1. Braxton Ashcraft, complete game.
Complete game with 85 pitches, you guys. I think he struck out 14. He was filthy. He's the new Paul Skeens.
But that was just to avoid a sweep to win 1 game in the series. Rafael Flores Jr. hit 2 home runs, drove in 6. The Reds beat the White Sox 9-8. Eugenio Suarez a home run and 4 RBI as Cincinnati wins the series. And there is your MLB Reacharound.
Did you see the near brawl? Sal Stewart got a pitch at his head. Kind of gave the guy a look like, hey, man, he hit a homer in the first, and then he gets a pitch at his head, over his head. And he gives the guy a look like, hey, all right. And then he gives him kind of the, okay. It's a little slick, a little moist out here. And the very next pitch hits him in the bill of the helmet and almost ricochets into his face. And he's like, that's twice, MFer. And everybody cleared. And it was.
We've seen a few instances of that in San Diego.
They ran that dude out, too, threw him out.
All right, we're going to take a quick time out. When we come back, Don't Do This is next. A-Rod in the headlines this week.
Oh, yes, indeed. A-Rod and Ben Higgins, brothers in arms.
We will explain why coming up next. It is Ben and Woods broadcasting live from our Bill House studios. We know how on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. GEGE 000-466. For a full list of games and rules, played at 7 Mile Casino. Visit 7milecasino.com.
All right, this one's for the Scan Man. Next time you have a craving for something good to eat at 3 a.m., don't worry about Uber Eats or DoorDash. Just head on down to 7 Mile Casino for the 24/7 players menu at Sammy's inside 7 Mile. You can get great food any time of the day, any day of the week, even at 3 a.m. May I recommend the Kung Pao chicken, favorite Kung Pao chicken I've ever had. Right there.
It
It's
really, really is the best, man. Their wings are also fantastic too. Yeah, really good. California style blackjack is fantastic. Texas Hold'em, Pai Gow, Baccarat. You've got a little more time for the Texas Hold'em. There are always games firing in there. So check it out for yourself. Best part, the proximity.
Yeah.
Just 7 minutes.
Yeah, friendly dealers, great comfortable chairs, TVs throughout the place. You have no complaints. And then this weekend, check out the Saturday and Sunday brunch, voted best in the South County from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. It's all at 7 Mile Casino, just 7 minutes from downtown.
Hey player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Smith coming up in just a couple of minutes. First, though, Don't Do This is brought to you by Dixie Line Lumber and Home Centers, helping San Diego homeowners and contractors fix it, build it, and
enjoy it.
Thank you, Woods.
I will get us started today. Obviously, we've seen the news of Dodgers owner Mark Walter is being investigated by the Department of Justice, the SEC. They're poking around, finding out how $16 billion in loans extended to companies tied to Mark Walter or his conglomerate TWG Global wound up on the books of insurance companies he owns after passing through a third entity. So the report that I saw the other day is that he could be in debt up to about $21 billion.
How do you get in debt? $21 billion.
Baseball cards. He's fallen in love with the hobby. That's my guess.
I mean, at some point, don't they cut you off? Like, you're already $7 billion. That's $10 billion. Like, how do the people keep giving you money that you don't have? Like, and how do I get in? How do I get in on this?
I just remember being called a poverty franchise because the Padres took out a loan to cover payroll.
What was that?
What?
$50 million?
$50 million.
$50 million.
Which is a lot of money.
Yeah.
But they did it, and they're good. Like they paid it, and I think they're all square.
You know how many
now.
50 billions there are in 21 billion?
No, how many?
Like 410 or something.
So that 400
times
that.
So
here's the thing, and you look at it, you poke fun and go, oh, guess who may be the poverty franchise soon? Him selling the Lakers after just a year of owning the team has raised a lot of red flags. And so Darren Revel, this tweet laid me out yesterday. I couldn't actually believe it. He said, I've spent the majority of the day today talking to finance people, many in the finance world, about the entanglements involving Guggenheim companies. He says, at best case scenario, it's about a couple of sports teams being sold. At worst, this could take down the entire economy, just like subprime did, the subprime mortgages. But holy cow, this is a huge thing. If all plays out in a worst case scenario, Benny, I mean, we already know the Dodgers are ruining baseball for next year. What if they ruin America?
It's beyond even my Ben-splaining abilities to understand.
Impossible.
It's something called related party transaction. This is high finance.
It's high finance.
And something a little shady going on
Something
here.
tells me he'll be fine, though. Something tells me the rug will be lifted. It will be swept
under it.
All
right, let's move on. First of all, I want to credit whoever wrote this story. This is from TMZ. And it just is credited to TMZ staff, which makes me wonder if AI wrote it, but I think it's too good for AI. It is about Alex Rodriguez and a new video he put out this week pitching a new meal prep company.
Oh, okay.
But that's not really what's made the headlines. Paulie, I think, has the video. Do you want to play the video for our tier ones, and then I can read you.
It's just B-roll.
All right. Well, I will read the story while you play the B-roll. So Alex Rodriguez tried to get the word out about a new meal prep company, but we're not sure anyone heard about their protein-packed options because they were distracted by his meat. The former MLB star jumped on social media to push pre-made meals for a company called Tempo. And while his lips were moving in the video, the noticeable bulge in the front of his pants was really doing all the talking. His A-Rod was barely being contained by his tight jeans, and the comments quickly filled up with chatter about his little slugger.
His A-Rod.
Eggplant emojis, mention of tips, both health and otherwise, and even several gifs featuring Jennifer Lopez, one of Alex's exes, were posted in the replies. For his part, Alex seemingly hasn't responded to the comments, instead focusing on the 10th anniversary of his final Major League Baseball game. It looks like Alex could still get out there and rake. Clearly, he's still got good wood.
You should send him your book that you got yesterday.
I can pass it along.
How to Live with a Giant
Library.
It looks like a spoon. If you throw it up again, it looks like he just has a spoon. It doesn't
like one of the big, like a big wooden spoon.
No, like a you have two spoons. You have the big one and the little one, and you have 10 of these and 10 of these. The big one you get when the little ones are
Right.
out, and you get screwed.
I
You
always
eat a
hate
yo-
when
I hate the
you're,
big
you're
spoon.
out of it and you have to use the bigger spoon.
So look, it looks like a. So if it may be long, but it's very thin. It's very thin. There's not a lot of.
Well,
girth.
are you? You're not going all the way down to the side of the pants, are you?
Sometimes.
I mean,
if it's a good day,
that's just a wrinkle. I think
maybe. Because
that's-
otherwise, I think you've got him beat in that department by far, based on pictures and things like that. I would be more interested in his meal prep service because he is in
tempo.
really,
You always are looking for a good meal prep. They were distracted by his meat.
his A-Rod. You're unbelievable. I'll get us. I'll finish this up here today. Sorry.
DD Mega Doo-Doo.
Put on the Padres went on last night. I love baseball, so I flipped on the Dodger game. They were taking on the Milwaukee Brewers, whom we had just played. And I was interested to see. And I looked at what the Brewers were running out there, and I went, oh, God, what are they doing? Andrew Vaughn does not play third, and they got him at third. And Gary Sanchez is playing first. And who's this guy pitching for them? And I as soon as I flipped it on, Joe Davis is like, and Roki Shashaki has walked in another run, his second of the inning. The bases are loaded. He's for his last 33, throwing strikes. And I'm watching Roki melt down in real time, and I'm having the time of my life. Well, then Max Muncy comes up, and it's a 3-run homer. Roki gets out of it. Roki leaves with a lead, gets through 6, walks 5, and I go, all right, I'm turning it off. I don't want to see the Dodgers on their brilliant comeback. I wake up this morning to find that noted, reputed cockfighter Edwin Diaz has blown yet another save for the Los Angeles
What is
Dodgers.
going on?
Washed as can be.
Too much cockfighting on
Too
the
much
mind?
cockfighting. It's like when Pusoy invaded the Giants clubhouse.
When are these guys going to learn?
They couldn't focus because Jock Peterson kept playing Pusoy with all the players, and they were more focused on Pusoy, and he was more focused on cockfighting, apparently. So he comes in. You have the audio of the Brewers' little comeback here.
Away early.
Listen.
Ortiz wraps one back up the middle. Thinking about 2. Joey O will stop it first wisely. 2-2. Hamilton cracks one into right center.
Hard contact.
That's down for a base hit. Ortiz
Hard
on his way to
contact.
third.
Jets.
Throw is cut off. First and third, a 2-strike single. Runner goes. Hamilton. Churio into right center. That's down a base hit. In the score, Ortiz. Hamilton to third. Jackson Churio with a 2-strike single. Oh, and a line drive. Base hit right field. Hamilton scores. We are tied at 4. Garrett Mitchell.
My favorite song.
It is pretty badass.
It is. When they bring him in. CRA is 11.5 since he joined the Dodgers for $60 million. Is that right?
I think it was a little bit higher than that.
What's his AAV?
Edwin Diaz signed a $69 million contract.
3 years.
$23 million a year for 3 years.
Savvy.
Again,
Very
other
savvy.
teams, that would be a crippling mistake.
If that was Mason Miller, we
pay
would
that
be-
much for a closer who then got immediately hurt and then when came back had an 11 ERA. Where are you? Last place in the standings? Oh, that's because you made bad decisions.
Yeah, Dave was very frustrated. He said, well, who else should I throw in there? I don't know. How about the $70 million Tanner Scott? Maybe
He
throw
also
it
was a massive mistake in
last
overpay.
year. Yeah.
As was Kyle Tucker this year.
Yep.
Just a team that, again, makes this many bad decisions.
No. Everything they do is savvy. They're the smartest team. Not only are they the wealthiest team, they're the smartest team. They don't make mistakes.
No consequences.
That's all you hear.
No consequences.
That's all you hear. So I just wanted to highlight Edwin Diaz, reputed cockfighter here on Ben and
You
Woods.
liked it.
as a
That's a
doo-doo.
doo-doo
I loved
this,
it. I loved it. I woke up. I was so happy.
And that's
Made my whole
don't
day.
do this for a Friday.
That was Don't Do This with Ben and Woods on 97.3 The Fan.
All right, when we come back, Darren Smith will join us. We'll talk about SDFC's MLS return tomorrow and plenty of Padres baseball talk. coming up next on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Pretty funny thing happened yesterday. Took my son, my 8-year-old, down to do a little hitting lesson down at the YMCA batting cage. And Coach Joe said, Bo, what's your favorite drink? And Bo said, water. And he goes, well, what do you mean? What kind of water? And he goes, eco water. And I said, my son, you have learned from you are wise beyond your years. But it's true. They do love eco water. Both my kids, my wife, my entire family, the neighbors, everybody.
Still got them drugs.
Still got them, my friend. We just want to make sure that we give our kids and ourselves the best of everything, including our water. You can find cheaper water filters really anywhere. But Eco Water SoCal, they are in a league of their own. There is no question about it. They'll take the time to come out and customize a system for your home. They're a professional installation team, second to none. Saw them in the neighborhood last week doing an install. Makes me very happy because I know that family is also going to be as happy as we are. They treat you like family and your friends like their own. Do not gamble with the fly-by-night operations. You don't need those big, giant plastic jugs sitting out in the sun until you get home to lug them inside. Just delicious, alkaline, mineral-rich water from every single tap in your home. Let them come out, do a free in-home water test for you. 760-350-3338, 760-350-3338, or go to ecowatersocal.com. Let them know Woodsy sent you. Not everything in life should be hard, especially your water. Keeping it soft since 1925. He just here. I'll show you a little. Just a little.
Please don't.
Just a little bit. What hurts on you?
Nothing at all.
A little bit.
Nothing. Now,
So let's say
whatever you're about to touch is the only thing.
Let's say
It's gonna hurt.
Right?
All right, yeah.
Okay.
Pretend your knee hurts.
Pretend your knee.
It's going to in a second.
Right here.
Oh, that is not pleasant.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? This spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Ben and Woods brought to you by David P. Shapiro, criminal defense attorneys, helping good people regain control of their future when charged with a crime since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com. 1 hour from now, we will be joined by the skipper, Craig Stammen, from Cleveland, Ohio. But lots to get to before that, including first guest of the morning. Let's go out to our SDCCU fan hotline. It's not Big Bang Banking, it is better. We are joined by the Friar Territory podcast host, also SDFC broadcaster Darren Smith, with us here on 97.3 The Fan. Darren, happy Friday morning to you.
Happy Friday morning. Good to hear you guys.
Hi,
See
buddy.
you guys. That was a very blue segment that you had, that previous segment there. About as blue as Ben and Woods gets.
When you work with a massive pervert, that's what happens.
I know.
Darren.
I was
sort of-
just tickled by the
puns.
double and triple entendres.
He loves an
in the writing.
entendre, man. Oh, he loves it.
Bulge in the front of his pants was really
Yeah.
doing all the talking.
That's right.
Yeah, A-Rod's B-Rod. I just sort of-
And while his lips were moving in the video, the noticeable bulge in the front of his pants was really doing all the talking.
The good thing is, they'll
A-Rod
live
was
forever.
amazing.
Yeah, it will live forever.
his
And a
A-Rod
beautiful
was
segment
barely
right into Edwin Diaz and cockfighting.
Yes,
That's
yes.
exactly what I needed this Friday morning.
We are on one today. It is Friday. Kids are
Hey,
back in school.
You know what? But when your career is coming to an end, Woodsy, as I learned earlier this week, you just let it fly.
I was taken out of context, D. Smith.
Of course you are.
I was
Yeah, of
taken.
course.
You know this to be true, right? Been in this business a
Yeah.
long time. Like, isn't there something romantic about leaving on your own terms? Very few get to do it.
Very few. And it's one of those, it's like, it was one of those like very creeping thoughts that I had for years.
For years,
man,
yeah.
I don't want to stick around long enough where like every social media post is about me.
I
You
know,
know what I
that's
mean? Like,
exactly right.
yeah. So no, I understood every word that you were saying there, whether it was out of context, in context, didn't matter to me. I was like, yeah, I totally understand that. But you know, sometimes people, they just keep paying you sometimes.
Yes.
And it goes against every
Yeah.
internal instinct that you have to
Yep.
walk away from something.
Yep.
But then they're like, well, here's 3 more years at a rate. You're like, F it. I don't know. I guess they just keep paying me to do this. So why wouldn't I keep showing up?
The one who's going to get me will be this guy on my left.
Yeah.
Like, hey, man, you have to do this. And then I'm going to have to do it. Like, I have to.
Crawling yourself in there,
Yes.
walkers into the studio.
Yes.
Yeah, of course.
Let's
I
get
know.
drunk every day.
So it goes.
If you make him want me to quit at that point. But
Darren-
yeah, it was a good piece, I thought.
All right,
I
Darren.
thought so. Yeah.
How about SDFC? Got 2 wins in the last few days in the League's Cup, which was a nice positive sign, even though wasn't necessarily the regular lineups every single time. But now we get back to MLS play and a big one, a rivalry match on the road tomorrow at LAFC. What's changed? Are we going to see the new designated player, Elias Ishari, anytime soon? Give us your update.
Yeah, I mean the 2 games in Leagues Cup, it was helpful because you did get a couple of wins, which is always nice, even though you're eliminated from that tournament, which I don't think is the worst thing in the world, if I'm being honest. Because now it's just MLS games for the rest of the regular season. You have 16 games in 12 weeks. There's only one break. There's 1 2-week break, late September into October. But other than that, it's pretty simple. You don't have to worry about, well, what are we going to do before the World Cup break? What are we going to do before we start playing CONCACAF Champions Cup games or Leagues Cup games, right? Like there's no interruption anymore. It's just this. You're 3 games back of a playoff spot. So it's just full throttle on the season, starting with LAFC tomorrow night. Yes, to answer your question, Mikey said yesterday that we would expect that Elias Ashuri is going to be available. I don't think he's going to be starting, but he's been training. Mikey had a lot of good things to say, which you would expect. So that's good. And, again, I think the Leagues Cup stuff was like, it was an opportunity to get guys like Anders off his feet a little bit. And also to get some of the new guys integrated, to get Gabriel Pirani some minutes, to get some backup some minutes. Those were moments last year that I thought were helpful. They were like friendly matches against Club America, against Tijuana, where, it just helped get some of the rotation pieces some valuable minutes to give them a little bit of confidence. So it's okay. Like win 2 out of 3. You played 1 bad half against Club America in Leagues Cup, and now you're kind of ready to go. Like there's nothing left to distract you. It's just this. Nobody's going on a World Cup qualifying trip. Nobody's doing any of that sort of stuff. It's just all about what's between you and the 84 days from tomorrow, which is the end of the regular season.
They've not been good on the road, Darren. And you think about some of the close calls. I mean, obviously it's been addressed, right? And you could only address it so much. It almost happened in one of the matches the other night, too.
Yeah, 3-1. They gave up the one, but held on.
They're like the Edwin Diaz of soccer teams closing out a game right now, D. Smith.
Yeah, I mean, and it's odd because last year they were a record-setting road team too, right? It wasn't just what they did with points and wins and winning the Western Conference as an expansion team, but they also led Major League Soccer with 12 road wins, and this year they have 1. So 9 of those 16 games are away from Snapdragon Stadium. So they're going to have to try to figure out some of that magic that they had from last year. Actually, I asked Mikey about this for the pregame show, and he said, if we were playing terribly on the road, I would say, okay, maybe there's something off here. Maybe there's something that we have to look into or address. But, the fact is some of the performances away from Snapdragon Stadium have been okay. They just haven't produced points. And, there's a lot of things that you can like about this team. It still has a positive goal differential. I know, run differential for us sometimes is like its own separate subject and its own separate show. I'm kind of in Camp Benny on that one. But, teams that have positive goal differentials don't miss the playoffs very often. And this team does. And, this team has been a little snake bit away from Snapdragon Stadium. But, they're going to have to figure out a way to get results there. There's just no other way to cut it because, again, 9 of those 16 games are away. So I think it starts tomorrow. I think it's like the perfect test coming out of Leagues Cup. They had to play a midweek game too, and they had to play one that went into penalty kicks. So they were there, playing all the way up until the 90th minute where we a little bit had the benefit of sitting back or playing some guys, rotating, et cetera. They've come flying out of the gates. LAFC has. We've not lost to them. I think we owe them one from earlier this season. That was that crazy game where they score in the 14th minute of stoppage time, where they score a goal where, Anibal Godoy's off the field and CJ Dos Santos, my comrade in broken orbital bones, gets kicked in the face and has to come out of the game late. So, they score on this set piece in the 14th minute. So, I think they feel good. The confidence, the vibes were pretty high yesterday, and you're going to probably see the designated player make his debut. Some of the other additions, I think, have shown themselves pretty well in Leagues Cup. I like what I saw from Gabriel Pirani during the Club Tijuana match. Ian Murphy got a little edge to them there at the back. One of my favorite names ever, Dagger Don Thorhalsen.
Oh, yeah.
He scored a goal against Puebla. So, it seems like they're not just being brought in here for depth, but, some guys that might be real contributors between now and the regular end of the regular season. So, yes, you're right. It's got to show up tomorrow in LA Saturday night. Like, I don't know, speaks for itself. Feels like it's a big one against their big-time superstars.
Talking to Darren Smith, by the way, the recovery coming along really nicely. You look
fantastic.
Pretty much back to
six
normal.
Weeks yesterday.
Which is good.
I was given the 6 weeks timeline of don't push yourself and soft diet. So
I need somebody
celebrated
to give me
with
that. Don't push yourself.
Don't push
Just take a
yourself.
soft diet, Woodsy.
So you're saying a team that made the playoffs last year gets off to a slow start for whatever reason, not a bad team, but can't quite figure it out.
Yep.
Make some upgrades at the transfer window, aka trade deadline, and could then, go on a run in the second half of the season. I don't know. It sounds somewhat similar to our baseball team in town and what the San Diego Padres have been doing.
I used to say send Mikey into the Padres locker room. Now I'm thinking send Craig into the SDFC locker room and let's get a little mix and match going.
Or Steven Souza.
Or Steven
right?
Souza.
I mean, he's the guy that's being celebrated over the last couple of weeks. So, send Souza in there. He's figured it all out.
It's crazy. The turnaround has been remarkable, but again, you knew it was in them because the star players are playing up to their paychecks for the most part.
Yeah, I mean, and I also think, like the trade deadline stuff really mattered, that the team invested back into the team and that the organization, I should say, invested back into the team. I think Jackson Merrill is the one that's just a huge sigh of relief, because, I think, there was a period there where you're like, what's happening here? I figure like Manny's going to probably do some things between now and the end of the regular season. And same thing probably goes for Fernando Tatis Jr. I mean, people's approach to those guys or attitudes or opinions of those people, that's notwithstanding. But Jackson's kind of the one where you're like, this is really a head scratcher, isn't it? Like, why is this happening here? And you start thinking, I don't know, is this what Jackson Merrill is, or is, he's still that guy that we all loved in his first season and the guy that we saw last September who hit 7 home runs after September 1st, right? So, I think a lot of people bet big on Jackson and thought, this was really going to be a breakout year, that he was going to stand tallest amongst even some of his more highly compensated and more popular tenured teammates like Fernando and Manny Machado. And it just wasn't happening, and I don't know what it was. I don't know how that switch gets flipped. And he said he watched a bunch of old high school tape. Great. Like, that's amazing. If that's in fact what it was, that he went back and watched high school tape and said, screw it. I got to let it fly again. I got to be that guy. Like, if that's what it was, then great. Or if there's some sort of mechanical adjustment, or if he just found his confidence, right? Whatever it was in this crazy sport, like he just figured it out. And, that's the one seriously. Like, I was like, that's a huge sigh of relief because, Fernando's its own separate ecosystem, and the same thing for Manny and Xander. But that's the one you're like, man, I don't know how to explain this one at all. So, and it just seems with him, and even give Jake Cronenworth a little bit of credit. He comes back, and he's a important fixture in that lineup wherever it is that they plug him in. It just feels like everything's clicking at the right time, and it's a lot more fun to watch than it was like 6 weeks ago.
I doubt, because we're having Craig Stammen on here at 8:35. I doubt very much he's going to come on and take a victory lap or feel vindicated or anything like that. I think, you do have to point to it. Like, he has been the steadiest guy in the room, on the air, in the scrums. Maybe the steadiness is what they needed. I don't know, because you would see the frustration in Bob Melvin, like the rocking back and forth in pressers and scrums. We obviously know what Schilt, what was like. This dude hasn't changed since spring training. I mean, he just hasn't changed. And I wonder how much that has to do with it.
I would think probably it has a lot to do with it. And what else I like about Craig Stammen too is he'll say something like, listen, we'll probably go through another rocky patch.
Yeah.
There's still time for us. People will like hate this team again at some point this year, right? We just know that from experience. And he's very consistent with that. We are probably not going to be this good for the rest of the regular season. Like, it's just a very honest and open approach from a guy who's been around the game and understands it and puts it into words sometimes that you don't expect to hear from somebody who sits in that position.
Yeah.
But it's true. And, I know a lot of people are like, why is this guy, I hate this approach. Why is he smiling?
Right.
This team just lost 4 in a row. Why is he smiling? This team just, made a bunch of errors on the base paths or whatever. This team can't hit. Why is he in the post-game press conference? We're annoyed by this. He should be angry. He should be flipping this table over. We miss the guy who used to yell at Dennis Lin for no real reason.
Right.
And like, you just start letting your mind think that way. But, when you've been through it as much as some of these guys have, you do forget, like, they're the ones with their hands on the steering wheel. They're the ones that are driving the car. Like, we're just sort of passengers. in this, and they have it under control, and whether it works or doesn't work, it's probably going to be the same. It's just such a baseball thing, never like the whole highs and lows and cliches and all that sort of stuff. And Craig does it better than anybody. Everybody gives into it at some point. Even the guy that preaches that as much as anybody, people that we've worked with, guys like Tim Flannery, yeah, they go through the highs and lows as much as anybody. And this is one guy who just never seems to do that. And it's sort of you keep thinking at some point it's got to happen, but it never really does it?
It's a really great point, Darren. And I think it speaks to our psychology as baseball fans. We get miffed when the Padres aren't playing well and we don't see Craig mad because it makes us feel like we care more than he does.
Sure.
But let's be logical. Of course he cares tremendously. I have no doubt in my mind that Craig Stammen cares more than we ever will about the players in that clubhouse, about the success of the organization. So why does it matter, what he expresses publicly when I know privately that dude really cares about what's going on?
We love eyewash.
I know. It's psychology, though.
I mean, it's performative stuff, right?
100%.
People like Mike Schill, and some people did. But a lot of that stuff was just performative nonsense. We all understand that, right? Yep. He was doing that for an audience. He wasn't really doing that because that's necessarily. I mean, I don't know. Sometimes you wondered about that, but a lot of that was just, hey, I'm doing that for a very, very small audience. Whereas this guy is just yeah, whatever. The press conference is just something I have to do between the end of the game and when I do my real work. And I know it bothered people. I mean, it bothers my co-host on Fire Territory.
Yeah.
That he would get up there and he would laugh at some of these terrible losses.
Yeah.
But it's just you can't ask somebody to be somebody that they're not. And I think that's the one thing. Whether this team crashes out or whether this team goes on to do some great things. I think the one thing that you could say about Craig Stammen, whether you love the hire, hated the hire, whatever, he's never not going to be true to himself. He's always going to be up there and he's always going to be Craig Stammen. He's not going to be some phony. He's not going to be somebody he's not. And I can live with that. I can live with somebody being that person, especially while they're learning how to do something for the first time. So, yeah, I think they all deserve a bunch of credit here.
Does anyone want their boss to be a phony?
No.
Or would they rather have someone who's genuinely themselves and authentic?
Always.
I mean, it's a pretty obvious answer, which I believe is ultimately why AJ Preller selected Craig Stammen to be the manager, despite knowing the outside perspective on that was not going to go all that well. We were going to all have that same question. Really?
I was
guy?
shocked.
But
listen,
shocked to my core.
It's not. But by the way, it's not like it was all of us and everybody who's watching or listening who had that opinion, right? There was some sort of. After that press conference, the CEO of the team was like, well, this is AJ's hire.
Right.
I don't want to say distance himself completely from it, but he was kind of yeah, this is AJ. You could sort of sense that maybe there was a little bit of disagreement about what the approach should have been for the manager spot. And he was like, yeah, this is on AJ here. This works. Credit to him if it doesn't. And now, today, something can change in a week, right? I mean, by Monday we could hate the team. But you have to. I keep continuing to say this about AJ. It's just really love him or hate him, man. This guy just never stops trying to figure out a way to make it happen.
Yeah.
Figuring out Renhefo, right?
Crazy.
Just constantly tinkering, figuring something out, figuring this guy out, figuring that guy out. And today it's a sunny day in the world of AJ Preller.
We talk about it a lot with managers. They pull the right levers or press the right buttons or whatever analogy you want to use. But AJ kind of gets the same thing. All the levers he's pulling this year, not all of them, but a lot of them are kind of working this year.
Well, to see the inverse to that, go read Britt Giroli's article about Buster Posey and Tony Vitello in The Athletic. It dropped yesterday. I read it last night. It's so good. And you talk about adding guys to try to make the team better. I think Buster's had 2 ads in the last calendar year. It's a totally different mindset that they have here than they do there. It's a really good piece. One of the best I've read from Britt, who's an incredible writer. But yeah, that's the opposite effect of what's going on in San Francisco right now. And I'd rather be us than them today. I'll tell you that. I
mean, and listen, the Brewers are really good. The Brewers beat the Dodgers last night, and careful what you wish for in life. I know it's just a 3-game series here. The Brewers had to go have a closed door meeting apparently after the game on Wednesday. So, But, even just in terms of like, well, what were both of these teams' approaches at the debt? Like one team's like, yeah, we're just going for it here. The other team's like, yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure.
Let's be careful. Let's be safe.
Let's be careful. I don't know. We got to think about the long term. And, the other madman at the wheel is just like, yeah, F it. Let's go. Let's see what we got here.
Casey Mize is here and Robbie Ray is here.
And there he goes. And we'll still try to figure some things out. Like, is there another guy out there somewhere? And, I don't know. I kind of appreciate knowing what my team's all about and how it's wired and what its what its ambitions are.
That's a good point.
He is the madman at the wheel. If you're listening, AJ Preller, good morning to you. And Darren Smith, thank you very much. Have a great weekend. We will talk to you again next Friday.
All right. Thank you, boys.
There he is, D. Smith. Check out more content, SDFC matches for our territory as well. All right. We will come back. We've got 2 hours still to go. Had a little breaking baseball news we can get to in our 8 o'clock hour. We will also play Take on Woods at 8:20 and the Manager's Report coming up at the bottom of the hour at 8:35. All ahead with Ben and Woods on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
We are halfway home on a Friday, everybody. Ben and Woods, 97.3, The Fan. Happy birthday again to my mom. I don't know if she heard it this morning, but it's her birthday today, the lovely Marsha Woods.
Question.
Sure.
M-A-R-C-I-A or S-H-A?
CIA, yes. CIA. I was Stephen with a V. There's a lot of
It's
ways you can
PH,
go.
yeah.
My dad's Gary with a Y, not an I.
I don't know why I'm so now tickled at the idea of
Gary with an I. It's so good. So good.
I want to change his whole life.
Oh, yes.
Change Gary with an I, as in, I'm so hot for her. I'm so hot for her.
That's right. Gary with an I is, or G-A-R-I-E, perhaps. Gary hasn't been G-A-R-E-E would be very weird, but I don't think I've seen any. Have you guys seen any variations of the name Gary?
I don't think I've ever seen
G-A-R-E-E.
Now, Jerry is both, you can do J or G, I've seen.
Yeah.
But
is my dad the last Gary to ever be born? Potentially?
I mean, you don't have a lot of
Maybe.
them in your little league, I'm sure.
I don't. I'm trying to think if I've ever met another Gary in my whole life.
You met Gary
I met
Templeton.
Gary
He's
Templeton.
G-A-R-R-Y.
That's
Yes,
right.
He's a double
he
R.
Is. He is he is the exception to the rule,
Mhm.
I guess, as it were. But I'm Stephen with a V. That's Paul with a L and Ben with an N. But great to be here with you guys on a Friday. I learned of a new phenomenon, and I wonder if you've heard of this. Have you ever heard of Kinder Tales?
Kinder Tales, like kindergarten?
Mm-hmm.
No, I've not.
My 5-year-old started kindergarten this week. He's crushed it. Hannah sent me a picture of all the kids at school. Kinder Tales are the way kindergartners come home and literally just lie to you about things that happened at school as they are kind of testing as they are kind of testing the boundaries of maybe what you'll believe, and they're painting this picture and they're just trying out. It's like trying out material. So he comes home and he's like, I'm like, how was your day? He's like, well, he looked at me and Hannah, he goes, I had problems at school. And I go, well, what problems? He goes, somebody was being mean to me. And I said, well, who was being mean? And he told me, and he said, he created this elaborate story. And I looked at Hannah. Hannah just gave me this like, according to him, by the way, he is now like the Spider-Man of the school, the defender of, he goes, I saw somebody get pushed down. I went up and I defended them and I defended them.
Because you praised him for it the first day.
Because I praised him for it the first day. And now he's just turned into like John Grisham. He just comes home with like all these stories of like these things that probably didn't happen.
I would imagine that even a kindergartner feels some pressure to come up with something to tell you at the end of the day.
Correct.
You know, a lot of our days don't have stories.
Yes.
They're not story worthy.
they're
And
not.
I think he feels like I need to come up with something or I've failed. If I don't tell him something interesting that happened, then I didn't do my job correctly. So he needs to come up with something that he thinks a yarn that will entertain you at the end of his school day.
Which I love. I think there's one way you could go about it as a parent was be like, hey, don't make things up. But I told Hannah, I go, good, let him rip. Like I want that imagination running wild right now. If something serious happened, like, hey dad, I got punched in the face. Yeah, that's something that we'll have to explore and really dig down on. But if it's so-and-so pushed so-and-so on the playground, well, that's part of being a kindergartner. Even if you completely fabricated the story, at least the brain is working. Like I need to deliver something to my mom and dad. It's fascinated me all week. And it has been so calm and serene at my home. We are not typically a calm and serene home. And it has just been like the fact that they're both at the same school, like they come home and they're in good moods and things are going so well, which means it will change.
They're also
it's like a baseball
probably
season.
too tired to really get into a lot of mischief at the end of the day.
It's that's part of it too. It's back in the kind of steady routine, but they've just been better. They've just been better kids. Being a parent is much like navigating a baseball season. You're like, oh, we got to figure it out. and then it falls off the cliff. So I fully expect next week to be a train wreck, them coming home in tears and snotty and everything else.
It is very much like a baseball season.
It very
You think
much
the
is.
team's playing well for a while. Everything's good.
We got the momentum.
We're not going to make any changes. We're just going to keep riding this. And
No
all
mistakes.
Of a sudden, it's not working anymore.
That's right.
What's going on? And you think like, well, this was working before. Now it's not.
Yeah, what happened?
And you're trying to figure out exactly, what adjustments you need to make going forward.
Well, and I blew it just then because it's also like a golf round. Like, man, nobody is putting better than me today, 6 holes in. And then after that, 12 holes, you can't putt at all. So you just kind of you don't say it out loud ever. And I just did. So I kind of know what's coming,
Well, I hope you ride it out as long as you can.
As do I.
A good win streak is a great thing. And our Padres are on a nice little win streak right now, 5 in a row, going for 6 tonight against the Cleveland Guardians, 4:10 first pitch. Did have some breaking baseball news I wanted to get to before Take on Woods. This is from Bill Shaken. MLB has officially awarded the 2028 All-Star Game to San Francisco. The intended plan is for major leaguers to play in the Olympic baseball tournament, which would start 2 days later in L.A.
Okay.
But Major League Baseball, the Players Association, and the Olympic Committee are still working to finalize that. So possibly, definitely an All-Star Game in San Francisco in less than 2 years. And then maybe they go right down the California coast to then participate in the Olympic tournament.
Will that be the year that Odyssey finally sends Ben and Woods to an All-Star game on their dime? Now that's during the All-Star break. We've come to I
don't think so, because if we're going to go to anything, we should go to the Olympic tournament. Is probably the bigger deal. My concern here is that baseball is going to upstage itself by who's going to care about the All-Star game? We've about to have an Olympic tournament in a couple of days, and you're doing this All-Star game. Just get us to the main event, which is the Olympic tournament.
All-Star game is always rad, though.
It is, but it won't be the biggest thing that summer if they're doing an Olympic tournament.
No. Yeah, Channel 10 will probably send you to both, and Paul and I will be here.
Yeah.
What would you rather go to? Am I crazy that I'd rather go to the All-Star game and watch the home run derby?
I think I'd
stuff?
rather, if it was just a one-time only thing, which it may be, I'd rather go to the Olympic tournament. There'll be All-Star games in the future.
I have tickets to an Olympic baseball game.
Oh, that's right. You
don't know who or what or where, obviously, but
Uniqlo Field.
It's at Uniqlo Field, but I don't know. I don't know. I can't remember what round, but Hannah's got them. What if we did both? Just grind it out, right?
It's a whole 2-week stretch of All-Star and Olympics.
Odyssey just footing the bill.
You guys, I'll stay here on the whole.
You'll do the board from here.
That sounds awful.
I don't feel like this is a very realistic conversation. But
San Francisco would be a blast. We'd have a blast there.
I would like to go back up to San Francisco. I just don't care about the All-Star game as much as you guys do.
I love the All-Star game.
By the way, next year's All-Star game, Wrigley, Chicago, 2029 is expected to be awarded to Toronto and Baltimore in 2030.
Okay. Needs to swing back around to old Petco Park at some point. I mean, it's been
2016.
2016. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we're ready again.
I think we're ready.
Maybe early 2030s.
Do it here. Do it here every year.
Unfortunately, it's not like the Super Bowl where it's in January or February where they kind of need to go to a lot more of the southern states. In July, you can go literally anywhere in the country.
That's what's up.
All right.
Hannah says we're going to the bronze medal game.
Oh,
that's pretty cool.
Which is big because either you get a medal or you don't.
Right.
If you're in the gold medal game, it's like, I wanted the gold, but here, silver's nice.
Right.
It's bronze or nothing. It's true. You got no backup plan.
Can't wait to see who makes it.
All right, let's take a break. When we come back, we need our last contestant of the week for Take on Woods. We got our TV category remaining. Always a good chance to win. Woods is not favorite category is TV.
Oh, yeah, true.
So this is a good chance. 833-288-0973. We'll be playing for the Zach Top tickets at Pechanga Arena on September 17th. 833-288-0973. And then right after that, Craig Stammen, the manager of the Padres, will join us for the SDCCU Managers Report at 8:35. All coming up with Ben Woods on 97.3 The Fan. First, baseball. That's a marathon, not a sprint. You win it by staying disciplined over the long haul. Retirement works the same way. A lot can happen over 20 or 30 years. Market swings, inflation, healthcare costs, even unexpected expenses. And without a plan, it's easy to get knocked off course. That's why Trajan Wealth focuses on long-term strategy. TRAJAN Wealth.com. Their fiduciary advisors help build retirement plans designed to hold up through the good seasons and the rough ones based on your goals and your risk tolerance. They're local with offices in Liberty Station, Carlsbad, and Escondido, and they understand what it really takes to retire here in San Diego. So if you've been thinking about getting a better game plan in place, now is the time. You can start by calling 1-855-TRAJAN1. That's 1-855-TRAJAN1, or when you're ready, to start online at trajanwealth.com. Trajan Wealth. Plan smarter, dream bigger. Advisory services through Trajan Wealth LLC. Additional services through Trajan Estate and Trajan Tax. Actual client, paid advertisement. Additional disclosures at trajanwealth.com.
He just here. I'll show you a little. Just a little.
Please don't.
Just a little bit. What hurts on you?
Nothing at all.
A little bit.
Not that now.
So let's say
whatever you're about to touch is the only thing.
Let's say
It's gonna hurt.
Right?
All right, yeah.
Okay.
Pretend your knee hurts.
Pretend your knee.
It's going to in a second.
Right here.
Oh, oh, that is not pleasant.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
P. Shapiro criminal defense attorneys helping good people regain control of their future when charged with a crime since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com. We got a contestant on the line, so let's get to it. Final game of the week. It is time to take on Woods.
Woods.
Take on Woods brought to you by Bay Alarm, security and fire alarms for every business. We got you, and we got Dominic. Are you there?
Yes, sir.
All right, ready to play a little Take on Woods today?
I think so.
All right, we've only got one category left, so you're going to play TV today against Woods, and it is called On the Job. 5 questions about television series that were centered on the workplace. You get 60 seconds to answer as many as you can. If you don't know one, you can pass. We'll come back to it if there's time left on the clock. First question is our 2-second TV theme song. Polly will play a short clip of a TV theme song. You need to identify the show. If you can beat or tie Woods, we will instantly award you with 2 tickets to see Zach Top at Pechanga Arena on September 17th. Tickets are on sale now at AXS.com. All right. You know how to play? Any questions before we get started?
No.
He's good to go. All right, let's put 60 seconds on the clock. Again, our TV category today is On the Job. Dominic, your time begins when Paulie plays our 2-second TV theme song. Good luck, Dominic. Let's take on Woods.
The Office.
Correct. John Hamm stars as the creative director at a 1960s advertising agency in which acclaimed dramas airing on AMC.
Pass.
Employees in the basement of Lumen Industries don't remember their outside lives while they're at work, and vice versa, in which Apple TV series from earlier this decade.
Oh, I saw that. Pass.
Amy Poehler, Nick Offerman, and Chris Pratt were part of the cast of which NBC sitcom about a dysfunctional government office?
Parks and Rec.
Correct. Thomas Middleditch starred in which HBO comedy about life in the California tech industry that received 5 consecutive Emmy nominations in the late 2010s?
Pass.
John Hamm stars as the creative director at a 1960s advertising agency in which acclaimed drama airing on AMC?
Pass.
Employees in the basement of Lumen Industries don't remember their outside lives. Oh, we ran out of time. We got 2 there, Office and Parks and Rec. We missed Mad Men.
I don't think that's going to be enough.
I don't either. Severance is the Apple TV show, Lumen Industries, and Silicon Valley was the last one, the tough one. So let's bring Woods back in. Dominic, hang on the line. Your score is locked in. TV category today. You know what? I'm not going to give it to you.
All right.
We're going to let you figure it out.
Okay. Thank you. They're all I've done for you.
I know. 60 seconds on the clock. Your time begins when Paul plays our TV theme song. Good luck, Woods. Let's take on Dominic.
I'm sorry, The Office.
I'll give it to you. John Hamm stars as the creative director at a 1960s.
Mad Men.
Correct. Employees in the basement of Lumen Industries don't remember their outside lives while they're at work, and vice versa, in which Apple TV series from earlier this decade.
Severance.
Correct. Amy Poehler, Nick Offerman, and Chris Pratt were part of the cast of which NBC sitcom about a dysfunctional government office?
Parks and Rec.
Correct. Thomas Middleditch starred in which HBO comedy about life in the California tech industry that received 5 consecutive Emmy nominations in the late 2010s?
It's called Fudge. It's not called Fudge. It's called Silicon Valley.
It is.
Wow.
Very nicely done. 5 for 5. No tomatoes in the chat.
Wow.
As you defeat Dominic 5-2 in our on the job category.
On the job. I like it.
In television.
That was.
You Office? You watch The Office?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Huge.
Figured.
Huge.
Mad Men was one of my favorites of all time.
Again, got about through 2 seasons.
Couldn't
and
do it.
stopped. Loved it. Liked it. Just stopped it. I'm insane. Like clinically insane.
And I watched all.
You have to be a crazy human being to do that.
I watched all of Severance, and it was good, but it just didn't rise to the level of like one
everyone.
of my favorites.
Everyone
Yeah.
loves Severance, and I just didn't get it. And I love that guy that's in it. Who's in it? What's his name?
Adam Scott.
Adam
like the
Scott. I
golfer.
think he's great, and it never grabbed me, man. I'm bad with
People
this.
say that you should not have gotten credit as you started to say friends, but you stopped.
Yeah, I stopped.
And without
fine, I still win. 4-2.
You still would win, but I do
Suck
believe
it,
you didn't
everybody.
finish the word friends, and you stopped and you changed.
Yeah.
And I felt like that was all one consecutive speaking, and I did give you credit for that one.
Thank you. I would have won anyway.
Yeah, and I never watched Parks and Rec or Silicon Valley.
I watched a little of Silicon Valley, a little over my head, and Parks and Rec. I don't think I ever watched either.
I never got into that one.
Okay.
All right, we'll put in new categories next week. Should have 4 new ones: music, TV, movies, wild card, and a new prize, hopefully online next week as well. I don't know if it'll be a drawing or an instant win prize, but Dominic, thank you for playing very much. Shall we play a little early break here so we have plenty of time on the back end? So we'll try to get Craig Stammen online.
Always.
In case he wants to go on a little bit early. If not, we can just chat for a couple minutes when he comes back. But when we return, it will be our SDCCU management report with the skipper of the San Diego Padres, Craig Stammen, joining us from Cleveland. Up next on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
I don't know if this is true, but I feel like Craig Stammen is a truck guy, and now I'm a truck guy. No big deal. Thanks to Sedano Ford. I've got the F-150 STX. It's fantastic. You, too, can drive off in one of those for just $349 a month during the back-to-school savings event at the local and veteran-owned Sedano Ford in La Mesa. If you need an SUV, the 2026 Bronco Sport Big Ben, which I'm seeing everywhere, also $349 a month, and the spacious 2026 Ford Explorer, always a classic. You guessed it, $349 a month. That's 3 great Ford vehicles for just one payment of $349 a month, and more to take advantage of. 0.7% APR financing, no payments for 90 days on select new Ford models. So best way to learn about all these deals is you can stop by the dealership in La Mesa. Very friendly people, very beautiful dealership. Or you can go to sedanoford.com and let them know, please, that your old pal Woodsy from 97.3 The Fan sent you. Again, more great offers and details can be found at sedanoford.com. That's sedanoford.com. He just here. I'll show you a little. Just a little.
Please don't.
Just a little bit. What hurts on you?
Nothing at all.
A little bit.
Not that now.
So let's say
whatever you're about to touch is the only thing.
Let's say
it's gonna hurt.
Right?
All right, yeah.
Okay.
Pretend your knee hurts.
Pretend your knee.
It's going to in a second.
Right here.
Oh, that is not pleasant.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
This hour 97.3 The Fans brought to you by GL Pools, the swimming pool experts trusted by thousands of San Diegans for 20 years. Baseball season is in full swing, so is swim season. Make sure your pool is ready. Call now, mention radio for 20% off new service plans in 2026. It is that time again as we head out to Cleveland, Ohio for our SDCCU management report. And we are joined right now by the skipper of the San Diego Padres, Craig Stammen. Craig, good morning. Have you recovered from Wednesday's game? That was exhausting even for fans to watch that one.
Yeah, that was a fun game. That's why we love baseball. It's why, we love doing what we do, playing Major League Baseball and being a part of it. Games like that get them ready for the next one.
Cutting out a little bit, Craig. Not sure if it's location or wherever you are. We'll try to power through, or maybe Paulie can get you back on the line. But we will
see how it goes for now.
All right, we'll see how it goes for now. The skipper, Craig Stammen, joins us. So I said earlier, I doubt very much Craig Stammen is going to come on the air today and do a big victory lap because he's like the world's greatest manager.
I mean, if
for the last
anyone
5 days
could do what I told you so right now,
Yeah.
it would be time. But I don't think he's going to do it either.
I thought maybe grab Steven Souza Jr. and have him come on and you guys do a big victory dance. I know the job's not finished, but you certainly have to be encouraged with the way your team is playing in the second half, and particularly the offense has been outstanding.
Yeah, they're playing great right now. They've come together as a team, to band together and they've created some chemistry that is undeniable right now, and it's shown up on the field. And credit to the guys for just being intentional about being together and about having each other's back and handling the tough times together.
If it makes you feel any better, not everybody is on board. We still have one of our chat members, Friar Crier, every morning, first thing, fire Stammen. It's like, I think it's superstition at this point.
It is.
Like
he said it's superstition now.
I know baseball players are superstitions, so, I mean, just because it's going well, get it every single morning. You're never going to win. You know that, Craig.
Even if you win.
Yeah, I know that. Exactly. Yeah, it's a fighting a losing battle, which is all good.
I wanted to ask you how much did it change the mood or the tenor of the team when the trade deadline comes and goes, and you guys decided to add, and I'll be completely transparent. I looked at kind of what we saw every day, and I go, I just don't know if this team should be buyers at the deadline. When you've got some guys, maybe you could move and get some pieces and regroup. I fully admit I didn't see it, Craig, and AJ Preller did, and obviously the guys. How much does that affect you? And you've been part of it as a player too, but when there's a lift, like, hey, we got Casey Mize and Robbie Ray, does it go a long way to the guys to say, these guys believe in us, let's get it together?
Yeah, I would say so a little bit. It's always better to add players to your roster than take them away. There's no doubt about that. I think the way the guys were playing going into the trade deadline, I don't think it would have really mattered. They were feeling good about themselves. The offense was starting to click. We were, figuring out the pitching. But I do think like adding is definitely, a slight boost to everybody's confidence that, hey, we can do this. Now it's time to go. We've got some added pieces. The guys we lost have played a great, role on our team, in the time being, and we miss them. But we're glad to have Casey and Robbie on the squad right now.
Both of those guys, of course, didn't have the greatest debuts, but bounced back, especially Casey in their second start. What's that onboarding process like for you and Ruben and Ben when you get two new pitchers? I mean, obviously they know what they're doing, but there's also, I'd imagine, a Padres way of kind of doing things, and you also have to learn how they do things and incorporate that into what you do to prepare.
Yeah, I think at least for the beginning of it is we got to let them be who they are. We don't know them as well as their previous teams do, and we don't know them as well as they know themselves. And so we kind of let them lead the way a little bit. We let them, kind of do their thing and pitch the way they want to pitch. And then we add in slowly, drip some of the stuff that we believe in, as Padres and as San Diego Padres pitching. We've been very successful in that side of the baseball, and, we can add and supplement those little things to help them have even more success than what they've had in the past.
Do you see, Craig, and you talk about the team being intentional, and I think part of intentionality too, there has to be buy-in, right? I mean, with your team is nothing without buy-in from everybody, and I don't think it's lost on any fan. The creativeness that you guys have come together and decided to employ as far as pitching goes, but there's another one, because we sat down with players 3-4 years ago at spring training, and they were all pretty adamant about, no, I got to hit here. This is where I hit. This is where I get my numbers. You've mixed it up, and to have a guy like Xander Bogaerts, at the bottom of the order, being willing to do that, how difficult are those conversations? And obviously, it looks like there's been buy-in from everybody.
Yeah, there has, and I think the biggest part of it is they all want to win, and they'll do anything to win. And I think just being truthful and honest and upfront sounds really easy. It's more difficult than that, but. That's the way to do it. That's the only way I know how to do it. And, if guys don't like it, you continue to have that conversation and they continue to talk through it. You hear their point of view. They get to hear your point of view. And then in the end, we talk about how are we going to win as a team. And when that ends up being the basis of the conversation, usually things work out real well.
Talking to the skipper, Craig Stammen, our SDCCU management report. It's not big bank banking. It is better. He's in Cleveland, Ohio. Everyone's trying to figure out this turnaround from Jackson Merrill. I mean, he struggled in the first half of the season, and now you can make the argument he's as hot as any hitter in all of Major League Baseball. Heard some stories, he said something about being a little more aggressive, going back to, looking at some old stuff. What are you seeing different from Jackson Merrill here in the second half of the season?
I see some freedom, freedom in his swing, freedom in his thought. He's just going out and playing baseball like he knows how to be, what he's done his whole life. And he's a streaky player. We have a lot of streaky players on our team. Baseball's a streaky sport. And so eventually these guys were going to get hot. And now we're seeing them get really hot, and that's been right at the right time, and we needed it. And he's won a few games for us here lately, which is, pretty amazing, and just speaks about how great a player Jackson Merrill is.
So for you right now, I mean, obviously every new skipper, even every old skipper has mistakes and growing pains and things throughout the season. For you, it seems to be going right now. We all know baseball can change at the drop of a dime, but for you right now, what's kind of your biggest challenge that you look at and say, all right, this is what I really need to pay extra attention to?
I think the biggest thing is, one, staying out of the players' ways a little bit when they're going hot like this, and not trying to do too much, but just to let them play baseball and keep the good vibes and the smiles and the energy that they're bringing to the ballpark every day. But I think, number one thing is I just got to be their biggest fan. I've got to be an encourager. When they come to the dugout, they shouldn't be feeling an enemy. They should be feeling someone that's on their side. And that's what I want them to feel. When they come to the dugout, it's a safe spot to where they're going to be pumped up to go be at their best. And I think continuing to do that. And then the other part is we've fought back. We were way behind them. Not that these players don't look at the standings, but, fighting back and getting in front of some of the teams, and now being in a playoff spot if the season ended today is not being complacent with that, but continue to push and play with the energy, their sense of urgency that we've had over the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, I mean, it's such a good point. And we have a rule on our shows. We don't complain about wins, right? You don't care how you get the win as long as you get the win. Doesn't matter who comes through. It doesn't matter what mistakes were made.
We've broken the rule a few times.
We have. I mean, and I kind of did the other day. It was more of just a question.
Fill 4 hours, Craig.
And I said, yeah, we got to fill 4 hours. So, of course, we're going to pick every move apart. I had one I wanted to ask you, and you might have addressed it in the postgame. I'm not sure. I don't remember. But watching that game the other day, you take the first 2 games from Milwaukee, and I'm like, this is unbelievable. You beat 2 really good pitchers and great games, blew one of them out. It was awesome. And then the next day I thought, wait, I understand days off. I understand guys need days off. You had a day off coming up.
He knows what's coming.
Yeah, he knows what's coming. Fernando was not in the lineup. I mean, he obviously impacted the game in a huge way. I just wondered, how do you manage that? Because you would be.
That's the hardest part.
That's the thing is,
you guys are exactly right. Like I'm with you guys. I wish I could play 162, and sometimes these guys can. And I think this is a conversation, with a lot of these guys throughout the last 2 weeks in this stretch of 26 and 27 games coming out of the All-Star break is, how do we keep you guys fresh for the stretch run? But how do we keep pushing and winning when we're a little bit behind the 8 ball? It's like, it's one of those things. I asked advice from several people, and it's, some I agreed with, some I was like, I don't know about that. And, that's ultimately we came to the decisions that we did, talking to the players and getting feedback from them and trying to, read their body language and read their energy levels and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, I understand completely what everybody's thinking. And hopefully Fernando was, got most of the game off. It gave him a little bit of a breather, a little bit of a mental break, and then he had the day off yesterday. So the double day off is kind of a strategic move to get him to be ready to play the next 40 games, and I don't, unless something crazy happens, I see him playing, most of all those games.
Yeah, because I always say, hey, man, if it was me and I was in Craig's shirt, I'm just going to make moves that'll cover my own ass at the end of the day that I can explain. And, if my ass isn't covered, I don't want to expose it too much.
But it must make a big difference, Craig, because we've seen Padres teams in the past that really didn't have much of a bench. With you having guys right now that are contributing, it must be that luxury. Like, I'm not giving up that much. I'm getting production out of the catcher. Luis Renjifo's been a revelation as a pickup, and what he's been able to contribute, that gives you a lot more flexibility than some managers have at this point in the season.
Yeah, you're exactly right. We've gotten contributions from everybody up and down the roster, guys we've picked up, after being DFA'd, guys that we've called up from AAA. It's been a team effort on that end, and some of those guys have kind of carried us for a little while, honestly. And now we got the big boys hitting. Now they're complementary pieces, and we're able to give those guys, a day where they can DH or an off day, like Fernando kind of had the other day. So, it's nice that you have a complete roster like that. AJ's done a great job giving us a team that is ready to compete and that can win.
Talking to Craig Stammen here. Last one for me, Craig. I want to talk about Joe Musgrove for a minute. I know he's starting today in El Paso. He's pitching today in El Paso. And, it was funny. I heard his comments earlier in the week, and he's like, I don't think these guys want me to come back and just, throw a few. I think I need to go 6 and 7 innings. And that's the mentality, obviously, that you have to have. But for you guys, kind of how hard is that? He's a veteran. The guy's a legend, a San Diego legend. And, to tell him, hey, we're going to have to pump the brakes a little bit, Joe, and see how you feel and what you look like when you come back. How difficult is that for you?
It's probably a tough conversation, but it's also one of those that we're having that conversation to show him how much we care about him in the long term, not just in the present moment.
Sure.
Because I think if we were just haphazard and, hey, we need you right now, we'd bring him back already, and he'd pitch 4 innings for us.
Right.
And then we'd go to the bullpen like we have in the past. But I think, showing him that, hey, we got time for you to get to where you need to be championship caliber Joe Musgrove, that gives us the ability, to bring back somebody that's ready to go for the playoff hunt. And that's probably the biggest advantage of having Joe, is we know what he's like when he takes the mound in a playoff game or in a game that matters for the Padres. And you get a different level of what he's got. And so that's what, hopefully we're getting to with this rehab process. He's been great on it. He's feeling great at the moment. Today's another big hurdle, to go a little deeper in the game. And then, we'll reassess it after that and decide what the next steps are. But, I think we're all very excited about where Joe's at, but we're also cautiously optimistic, that he can come back and be the person that we expect him to be.
So, what'd you do yesterday? Did you take the sticks? I know you got in late, so quiet morning. How did you spend a rare off day? You haven't had one in seemingly forever, so
it's a bit of a homecoming.
Not that far away,
we
right?
hadn't had an off day all year.
That's true.
The whole family came out to Cleveland.
No, family stayed away. One of my best friends lives here in the Cleveland area, and he set up some golf for a bunch of us on the coaching staff. So
nice.
We had a full golf day yesterday. Had a blast. Played Sandridge Golf Club. It was a good time. It was much needed. I hadn't played golf in a really long time. Felt like a kid in a candy store yesterday.
How'd you do?
Fun off day, but ready to go play some baseball.
How'd you swing it?
How'd I do?
Yeah.
I shot a 75.
Good God.
Go ahead.
Get this guy
I
off the
hate you.
phone.
I hate you. I hate you. I hate you.
I haven't played it in so long.
Oh, man, my game's so rusty. I just shot a 75. Good God.
Hey,
I hate
sometimes when
athletes.
you got it, boy.
That's right. That's right, man. We'll keep
Ooh,
it.
Tom Fazio design. Very nice.
Oh,
Okay.
look at him.
You know me. I immediately Googled Sandridge Golf Club. All right, Craig, good luck on the road trip. Good 6 games in Cleveland and New York, and we'll talk to you when you guys get back.
Thanks, guys. Always a pleasure.
Thanks,
There
Craig.
he is, Craig Stammen, manager of the San Diego Padres, our SDCU management report. It's not big bank banking. It is better. 75. Guy gets to play twice a year now.
Some guys just have. Once it's in them, it never leaves. Guys like me that I have to grind, Ben. Grind just to stay terrible. I have to grind at everything just to stay bad at it.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
I remember those kids growing up even. Like there was always a couple of kids in my grade or my school or whatever where it didn't for sports. I always thought I was good at most sports, but I wasn't great at any one sport.
You could hang with everything.
And I worked my ass off. It's like, all right, it's basketball season. I'm going to work my ass off during the off season to get ready. And same for baseball or whatever. There were kids that would just show up and dust off their soccer cleats. They were star soccer players. And then they bust out the basketball. And it's like they never put it down.
Yeah. It's terrible.
Can we address something that Craig said that is 100% true? And I don't know what the Padres can do about it. We have streaky hitters.
Everybody has streaky
Everybody
hitters.
has them.
Everybody.
But the Padres, I feel like, may have it to some more extremes maybe than other teams. I don't know. I could be wrong.
I think
you think every team is just as streaky as the Padres?
100%.
I mean, everyone goes on streaks for sure.
No, I think hitting is literally good streaks, bad streaks.
Like Manny is defined by his hot and cold streaks.
Yeah, but nobody.
Now Jackson's starting to go that way.
Nobody goes 2 for 4 every day. It's never happened.
No,
this year was just a little
if they
more.
did, that would be an insanely hot streak. But
Well, if you went 2 for 4 every day, you'd hit 500.
Right.
Who's we have how many guys hitting over 300 in the big leagues? How many? 1, 2, 3 max, right? It's the definition of streaks, cold and hot. Luis Ariz and Yandy Diaz.
Of course, that's always going to play out over small sample sizes. But I think there are guys who maybe don't get as insanely hot or as cold.
9 guys hitting over 300.
Just do a little more in the consistency range that maybe keeps teams from maybe hitting some of those lulls as much during the course of a season.
We have no hitters hitting over 300 except Campy, maybe. I think he's got
not qualified, but
he's qualified, I think, isn't he?
I don't think
he's qualified for catchers, I think.
Yeah,
right.
I think overall, I don't think he's qualified for the top 10 in batting
for
average.
batting title or something like that. But it is such. If you go 1 for 4 every day, you're hitting 250. That's pretty good. But rarely do guys go 1 for 4 every day
which is not great.
That's
but
not
again,
great, right?
The Padres seem to have guys who hit like 140 for 3 weeks and then 460 for 2 weeks.
But that's baseball.
And it averages out to 260.
That's baseball.
They were just a little more extreme this year.
They were a little bit more extreme, but again, it's almost like, why do we do this to ourselves every year? Why are we panicking about Manny? Why are we panicking about Manny in April and May? Why?
We also have a lot of second half players, which is a
100%
thing as well. Some guys just perform better, whether it's the weather or just the routine of having done it for so many months and they finally get locked in. We have some second half guys as well. Jackson Merrill has already shown himself in 3 seasons to be more of a second half guy. Now, this first half was particularly bad. Same for Manny, particularly bad. But in the second half, all these guys are showing what they normally do show over the course of the season. Not really a question for now. It's probably a question for next spring. Like, okay, how do we not necessarily get off to these slow starts in terms of our offense every single year?
There's not a hitter on the planet that would say, even Manny in his reflective times, should he reflect on what's going on, that would say, no, I'm just going to have faith that I'll turn it around in the second half. Like, he would love to hit 450 in April and May. Like, then if you do hit a skid, you're building off that. He was grinding so hard just to get his average above 200 for a while.
Manny, he's not going to, his average at the end of his career, this average for this season, not going to look great.
Right.
But the rest of the numbers are kind of there. I understand that people don't like the whole, when a player says the back of the baseball card, but it kind of proves true almost every single year.
Steve says because Manny is aging. He was still hitting nukes. He was still hitting nukes and driving in runs and playing good defense. Like, we're worried about his batting average in April and May. Why?
He's second and outs above average defensively still.
What do we he will get to that point. It wasn't this year.
All right, we will take a time out, come back. Reindl Report, final hour of the week. Ben and Woods broadcasting live from our Bill House studios. We know how on 97.3 The Fan. Want to wish good luck to the Sweetwater Valley Little League team. Tonight is the night. They will take on Hawaii, the champions from Kauai, and the winner will advance to the Little League World Series.
I'm going to watch that tonight.
I am too. South Williamsport, Pennsylvania. It'll be
Padres
on
game should be over.
Main ESPN at 6 o'clock, or at least very close to being over near the late innings, and you can flip over and hopefully see them celebrate at the end of the 6th inning. A trip to Williamsport, Pennsylvania, which was always my dream as a little leaguer. Of course, never even came close.
Yeah, no.
But
there's a lot of
you harbor that hope, I think, somewhere that you can go all the way.
There's a lot of qualifiers and things that you have to get through. Like it's insane.
It's like 7 tournaments you have to win.
Closest I ever got,
Yeah.
I was on an all-star team. We were 2 wins away from going to San Bernardino from Seattle in the summer. Like you had to get on a plane and everything. Like it was a big deal.
The Northwest Regional Championship, which is actually played in San Bernardino because it's set up for the TV cameras and everything. So they do the West and the Northwest and the Southwest all there at the same time.
Yep.
I'm super excited for it. While I have the platform here, we're talking about Little League. If anybody hitting 8U or 9U teams want a scrimmage on Sunday, hit me up.
We got an open slot on the schedule.
We have a field, and we just lost our opponent. So if anybody wants to get together in a couple days, and we'll just low key scrimmage and have some fun.
Is there an app, like a dating app, but for travel ball teams that are trying to find opponents?
It's not your worst idea.
Swipe right or left. Oh, well, yeah, I'll take on this team.
Yes. Oh, these guys are good. No. Oh, these guys, we can beat these guys. Yes. That's a really good idea, Ben. Writing that down.
All right.
No, I just trying to keep some competition going with the fellas. And it's a bummer. We lost our opponent for Sunday. We do have field space, which is gold. If anybody wants to scrimmage, just find me on social media at the Stephen Woods or in the chat, whatever. And we'll make it happen.
All right. Well, you've put it out there into the universe. We'll see if it comes back at you. While Paulie gives us some headlines in the Reindl Report. And get things started here with our today's edition of the Reindl Report.
Now tuned into the greatest.
Welcome to the Reindl Report with Paul Reindl.
Hey guys, it's Paul here.
Hi, Paul.
All right.
2 stories from the world of sports that we haven't gotten to yet.
We'll start off in Major League Baseball.
And 1 story that you didn't know you needed.
Are you laughing, biatch?
It's the Reindl Report.
Hey Paul, how you doing?
Okay, how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing today?
Okay, how are you?
On 97.3 The Fan.
Are you ready to bless the mood? I need some help, please.
That was good.
Can I get a yeah? Oh, yeah.
All right.
Very
loud in my ear for a second there. All right. Let's get started, gentlemen. Happy Friday.
Happy
We
Friday.
made
Friday.
it.
Pat McAfee Day.
Yeah.
New album is out.
We're going to play it all for
The
you right
reviews
now.
are in.
It is as bad.
Dan Orlovsky is raving about the new Pat McAfee album.
It's as bad as you could ever imagine. I saw
What a
one.
good teammate. Dan
that's
Orlovsky
the
is,
deal.
right?
I just saw a tweet that says, just listen to the Pat McAfee album, and all I can say is, wow. Came in skeptical and ready to hate, but was fully blown away. The passion, the artistry, the vocals, all layered in way more AI dog-ass than I could have ever dreamt of. It's as bad as it gets.
Dan Orlovsky's hoping to get the AJ Hawk job of getting paid well just to sit there and
For
do
sure.
nothing.
I guess I'm an anomaly. My mom birthed a monopoly. It feels like there's no stopping. See, you wanna fight, we'll drop them. See, I guess I can agree that I'm dynamical. I silence all the sheep like Hannibal.
Silence all the sheep like Hannibal.
Art is
Whoa.
subjective. And
Whoa.
maybe Dan Orlovsky has really found what he's always been looking for in music. Yeah.
Somebody also, not to hijack your segment, but we have time.
Mhm.
Somebody also sent me this. So on the Pat McAfee, like on Spotify, you can go read the bio, right?
Yeah.
Like there's a bio. It says, quote, for the last 20 years, I've been writing random verses, choruses, even full songs to get through different situations that life's thrown my way. It's been my therapy and my life journal. After talking about making some of these writings come to life with Jelly Roll, he introed me to hitmaker and legend Ernest and super genius co-founder of Big Loud Seth England. My music fanhood has gotten me through this life. Now getting a chance to create my own songs with my own stories and messages has been an indescribable emotional and fulfilling dream. It's been a nightmare for the rest of us, but I'm glad
He's having a good time.
Yeah.
All right, we'll get started here. I guess we can keep it in the NFL. There was some preseason action yesterday.
Yeah, buddy.
Quite a bit. Not going to break it down here because who cares?
I care.
All right, do you really? Let's see. Any thoughts on the Bengals 16-14 victory over the Detroit Lions yesterday?
Was actually surprised that they were able to pull it off. Joe Burrow's in for another long year. He dropped back for the first pass of the season and got sacked. To build an offensive line to protect Joey B. And,
Colts and Patriots with a thriller. They finished 13-13.
Okay.
I'm glad they don't play overtime anymore.
Yeah.
In the preseason.
Who needs that? I did want to talk about, though, I was actually going to bring this up earlier in the week. It could have been a don't do this. I don't think we've talked about it yet, though. Last week, there was some, as we were getting ready for preseason to begin, the Buffalo Bills unveiled their new stadium in Buffalo. And it didn't go very well.
Yeah,
it was not. You would think there's pretty much going to be a ton of excitement and hype for a new stadium, but when the fans got in there for, I think it was like a workout, like an open house type thing to come check out the new stadium, a lot of fans went up to their seats and were very upset to see that in 2026 we still had sight lines, like it was like
issues.
Wrigley Field or something. Remember that was always like the joke was Wrigley Field. You can't see
Obs view tickets. That means obstructed view.
There are like glass panels that you can't really see through the glass. They tried to make it transparent so that it wouldn't block the field, but it's hard to see. There's speakers, there's metal and concrete in the way. And so the Bills have said the reaction was so bad after this workout last weekend that they have said, we will investigate and look into some of the internal and external criticism of the stadium.
How do you brick that?
I thought we had sort of dialed in stadium design over the years. Like
that should
best
look.
practices.
Paulie's got the views. I mean, you're furious. Those are your seats. You're like,
I'm sure the vast majority of the seats are fine, but seems like there's quite a few of them that are problematic.
Enough where
Enough
shouldn't be a problem.
Enough to where, hey, this is a new state. Look at this. There's a speaker right in my way.
Like you can't see the end zone.
Right.
And they have some, we went to Wrigley Field and we had the obstructed view at the rooftop where it's like you can see most of the field.
Yeah.
You go into that knowing, hey, if there's a play in the left field corner, I may not be able to see it.
Right.
And that's fine. But like this is the whole game. You can't see half of the end zone from your season tickets.
No,
I'd be pretty pissed.
Petco Park, which is phenomenal, wasn't perfect when they opened it. They had some problems. I remember very first, I want to say it was Brian Buchanan, maybe, was racing down. He's playing right field, racing into foul territory toward that wall. But the wall was only about thigh high.
Yep.
And he went for it and tumbled straight over into like that concrete.
Yeah, broke his femur.
Alley right there. And we go, maybe that wall needs to be a little higher. And they quickly, like in the first road trip, built up that wall with a little extra so players wouldn't just tumble over it. Obviously, the dimension sizes have changed over the years.
This all just seems like a massive oversight.
Well,
though.
and
like that should be one of your top concerns is like the fan experience and the sight lines.
Jerry World with the giant window panes that the sun beams in through is like, bro, what were you thinking, man? What were you thinking? But I think he did say, I know they have like some curtains and stuff that they can put over it, but it's it's a problem.
I was a little surprised to see it. Like, if you were in charge of building, putting together the new Bills stadium, if you're the owner of the Bills, would you need in Buffalo? Like, do you want to go dome, build a roof so that you don't have to worry about the snow as much?
The character is the snow.
It would take away who the Buffalo Bills
like
are.
Minnesota is. They have their U.S. Bank Field. I think like
they moved inside.
They went inside, but Lambeau, you can't ever imagine the Packers building a dome stadium, right?
No.
Plus the Bills have all the fans who bring the shovels, like when they need to clear out the stadium
the
beforehand.
labor that they exploit.
They don't even get to go to the game.
Right.
They're just there to shovel
how much they love the
basically
team.
for volunteer purposes.
It's a bunch of cucks is what they are. I'll come do it.
we'll switch over to a basketball adjacent story. This is kind of a throwback to another Reindl Report story. We played some audio for you guys a couple of weeks ago of a kid who was doing a show and tell or a talent show or something. The kid looks like he's maybe 13, 14 years old. And he was able to create any bird call.
He's the bird guy.
He would bring out a stuffed animal of a hawk, and he was amazing.
It
was really,
amazing.
really good.
Really authentically accurate noises that birds make.
Now, this is typically something that we've been seeing a lot more over the last few years with the NFL, the schedule release videos. It's become kind of a competition amongst all 32 teams. I was a little surprised yesterday to see that the Atlanta Hawks, the basketball team, they jumped into the schedule release video phenomenon, and they brought up that kid from that video because, they're the Hawks, and he can do a lot of bird calls.
Incredible.
So they did a little bit of their 2026-2027 Atlanta Hawks schedule release bird calling edition.
Hi, my name's Samuel Henderson, and I do bird calls. The Hawks schedule just dropped today, so I'm going to do their opponents as birds. The rock pigeon.
That's for the Knicks.
Bald eagle.
Okay, bald
Wizards,
eagle for Washington.
Nation's capital.
Makes sense.
The hurrying
Lakers.
goal. American crow.
Celtics.
For the Celtics.
Throws it. Yep. Throws it
The
aside.
Toronto Raptors.
The Canada goose.
Unreal, man.
The American flamingo.
For the Miami Heat.
So good. Take your word on that. I have no idea.
Common loon.
This is loons up in Minnesota.
Toronto. Right? Minnesota.
The American white pelican.
For the Pelicans.
The northern cardinal.
Come on.
And next, the king penguin. Well, thanks for watching. Go Hawks!
That is
The Hawk is amazing. The King
It's really
Penguin
loud, but
for the
he's so good.
76ers because King James now plays for the Philadelphia 76ers.
Really, really, really well done by this young man. I will say his parents are saints.
I have a question.
He's like, I got to practice. You're like,
And
get in the car and do it.
I don't know the answer, so let's speculate. Did the Hawks pay this kid, and how much did they pay him to do this?
Yeah,
and what should that be worth?
$100,000.
Ooh, I was gonna say 10 grand.
No, more.
I'd say like 25 grand, but then tickets, and you're going to come down to
Oh,
practice.
yeah,
you're going to meet the guys.
Yeah.
They can boost that package.
Yeah, that's true. You can give them like, hey, we're gonna
internal stuff
cut
like
you a
that.
check and then give you some signs.
I'm sure there's some executive with the Hawks who goes, he'll do it for his brand. It's good for his brand.
Good for his.
Be
It's good for
associated with the
exposure.
NBA and the Hawks. He's going to do it for some exposure.
Yeah, $50 a bird. Yeah, what would your rate?
What's your
be?
rate for bird calls? Yeah,
I don't know.
I hope this kid is putting it away for college or whatever at some point. But and I hope
like
he's
it.
actually making some money on this talent.
Finally,
a Lambo and he's 16 or something.
We're going to wrap it up here with, we tend to find these stories, the odd or strange food combinations.
Yes.
Got a new one
Always
here.
a classic.
Quite the collaboration. And got a collaboration here between KFC and Oreo.
Okay. I'm not going to like where this is headed.
I don't think you are.
We did this.
Believe it or not,
Didn't
we did not start this. We did not start this one here in America. Actually, this is only being sold right now in China, and they're thinking about bringing it to the United States, depending on how it does. But KFC and Oreo have collaborated to create a fried chicken cookie.
I like sweet and salty.
A
as much as the
fried
next
chicken
guy.
cookie. It is a typical Oreo cookie with the 2 Oreo wafers.
Yep.
And they don't fry them, but they said that the cream, the Oreo cream inside, is 11 herbs and spices, KFC flavored. No actual chicken involved.
Remember when we did Thanksgiving Oreos and they were the nastiest? Remember that, Benny?
Yes.
When we ate
Thanksgiving ones and we had to draft
remember
cranberry sauce was fine.
corn was horrid. They were Oreos,
Yeah.
but they were frosted. So they had frosting over them, and the frosting tasted like corn.
Gravy was bad.
Gravy was horrific.
So bad.
I'll pass on these. Hard pass.
They're
What do you dunk these in? Gravy.
Gravy. Cranberry sauce.
Cranberry sauce.
It says here this is part of Oreo's Playful Time Travel collection, and they also have a retro popcorn flavored Oreo, which looks to be, instead of fried chicken flavored cream in the middle of the sandwich, it's more of a buttered popcorn cream, which also doesn't taste sound very good.
Dominic with a great idea in the chat. Oreo also doing a collab with Old Bay. Crab cake Oreos would be the worst thing you've ever imagined.
Did you know that KFC is one of, if not the most popular restaurant in China? They have 11,000 KFCs in China. When they first introduced it, like no one was like, this is American food. We don't want it. Yeah. It now plays a crucial role, they say, in urban life in China. And it is like a place where people eat many times a week in China. They love KFC. Wow.
I don't want those. No, you don't need to sign up for any special email or anything like that. Filthy. Purple says it's Christmas tradition in Japan.
Japan as well. Yeah. KFC at Christmas.
Interesting.
I think we've talked about that before.
Yeah, we might have. It says KFC in Asia is better than in America, Kalos. Yeah, not surprised.
I have heard nothing but incredible stories about how good like convenience stores are in Japan.
Oh, yeah.
Like
7-Eleven.
7-Eleven, they say, is
Fine dining.
unbelievable. The food you can get, the sandwiches, the barbecue, everything is top
of the line,
notch, like top notch and cheap in Japan.
When I see guys at 7-Eleven loading up on food there, it makes me a little sad because I know, hey, you're on the go. We've all done it. I've done it. But I go, man, there's better options out there for you.
I've never ordered one of those
on the roll,
tubes off
never
the roller at 7-Eleven. I just couldn't do it.
I've done plenty of hot dogs there.
I just cannot do anything that's sitting on that roller.
You've never done a hot dog at 7-Eleven?
No, I've never done a hot dog.
Years ago, but yeah, I would do a big gulp and a dog.
Yeah, I've done plenty of dogs.
Costco dogs, yeah, I've done my share, but
I've never done the wings at 7-Eleven, and I've never done the crispy rolls filled with.
You ever done slice of
sour
pizza?
cream and jalapeno or something? Yeah, I've never
slice
done
of pizza.
No.
Hot
wouldn't.
food just kind of scares me.
Yeah, I get it.
At 7-Eleven.
I get it. Somebody said the taquitos are fire. Maybe I will try one of those.
I'll tell you what, if I go to Japan one day, I'm heading
KFC?
straight to 7-Eleven.
7-Eleven. Yeah,
I really want to check it out. I am fascinated.
All right. Thank you, Paulie. Appreciate you.
You're welcome.
All right. We're going to take a little time out. When we come back, we can look ahead. We've got pitching matchups. At least we think we have pitching matchups for the series against the Cleveland Guardians. Talk a little more Steven Souza Jr. as well with Ben and Woods, broadcasting live from our Bill House Studios. We know how on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. First, though, as we head into the weekend and start thinking about the rest of the year, think about what you want that to look like. And if you are looking to lose a few pounds, I cannot recommend more highly the SDFatLoss.com program. It worked for me. It worked spectacularly well for me. I lost 40 pounds in 60 days, and I love to eat. We're just talking about it. I love food, but I was able to follow the program, lose the weight fast, and now I have kept the weight off for over 3 years. If that doesn't tell you something, I don't know what will. Lose up to a pound of fat per day and 10 to 20% of your body weight in just 60 days with no exercise. You won't be dependent on the GLP-1 injections and the side effects, which can mean muscle loss and lower metabolism. Metabolism up helps you keep the weight off, and it's all based on real food. So when you sign up for the program, and right now you can take $200 off, if you do sign up at SDFatLoss.com, you're not buying anything else. A lot of those programs will then, it'll get you in the door, but you got to buy the shakes and you got to buy the bars or the prepackaged meals. Not with SDFatLoss.com. You can get a free consultation, make the decision for yourself. Just go to SDFatLoss.com. That's SDFatLoss.com. Results may vary.
Okay, player. This is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Here on Ben and Woods, where we had the jelly beans.
Never again.
Some of them were good, some of
Never
them were
again.
not. Ben in the chat just says, "Did you guys see the video that came out on the bamboozled jelly beans and how they make them?" Because I was curious. How do you make something that tastes like a Band-Aid?
Ugh.
He said they take the actual taste like vomit or booger, put it into a particle machine and break it down so they can take the smell particles
Oh my
and put it
God.
in the numbers or something, and they recreate it. So you're
Ugh.
essentially eating vomit, booger, and Band-Aid.
Really?
Yeah.
I assumed it was just some sort of chemical recreation of the smell
No,
made in a
hopefully
lab, not
you ate
actual
real Band-Aid.
Band-Aids in the Bean Boozled.
There's a guy, and I've just discovered him, and I know probably people have been watching him for years, but he goes by Mullet Guy on Twitter and Instagram, TikTok, and he goes around to every Asia. I think he goes by Mullet Guy. Mullet Review, sorry. He goes to every Chinese buffet that he can find until he gets food poisoning. That is like literally his goal. But I just showed the Benny in here one that he went to. It's like the nastiest thing you've ever seen. There's little ears of corn, and they're in milk. In the little thing, it's milk. They're sitting in milk.
Now, maybe we're missing out. Maybe that's the best way to eat corn, soaked in milk.
There was some sort of oysters Rockefeller with cheese in these little oyster shells. That almost got him. Then he goes, "Okay, come with me to the bathroom where it looks like someone died in the toilet." Paulie, it's the most revolting.
Yeah.
Like your eyes are watering, right?
Yeah.
Paulie's eyes are watering. I don't know how he does it. I don't know why he does it other than for clout, but it's good. He's amazing. It's so gross.
It's not the worst bit. It was kind of
It's a
fascinating.
good bit.
Kind of fascinating.
Mullet review is what it's called. It is so nasty.
All right, Padres open their 3-game series against the Cleveland Guardians today at 4:10, and a really good pitching matchup to start the series with Michael King going up against Gavin Williams, who's been very good, especially lately. In his last 4 starts, Woods, 9 hits combined in 4 starts. So that's a 2.5, less than 2.5 hits per start that he's been allowing. And 2 runs, no runs, 2 runs, no runs, 7 innings, 5 2/3, 5 2/3. He's 11-6 overall with a 3.55 ERA, a 1.04 WHIP. So a very tough customer again for the Padres to face. Although I will point out that Michael King actually has a lower ERA than Gavin Williams does this season, even though he's only 7-8. A very good whip as well, 1.17, and he has been trending, of course, better as of late, including his last start against the Astros when he went 6 innings, gave up just 3 hits and 1 earned run, and got the win his last time out. So a potential pitcher's duel tonight at Progressive Field.
Which means they'll probably both get lit up. Both give up 3 or 4 in the first because nobody knows anything.
Empty the bullpen.
Yeah, game 1. Yeah. Griffin Canning's on in the third. Who knows? But he is a fun dude to watch pitch. Both of them, actually, when they're on, it's just kind of what you dream of as a baseball fan. But yeah, you did the last how many starts? 4. Okay, his last 6. His whip is .63. His batting average against is 143. His Ks per 9, 14.5. I mean, he is a strikeout guy.
When you get an opportunity, you better take advantage of it because you're not getting a ton of opportunities right now against Gavin Williams.
100%.
Tomorrow's scheduled matchup. And with the Padres, I always feel like this is subject to change. But Randy Vasquez is certainly his turn in the rotation. And he did start the last couple of times. He actually started the game, I believe. He will be up against a former Padres prospect in Joey Cantillo, who has also emerged and having a solid season for the Cleveland Guardians.
What trade was the Cantillo trade? Was that Hedges?
He was part of the was it the Clevenger deal? Was he one of the
Austin Hedges? Yeah, with Hedges. Austin Hedges, by the way, having a career year. He's hitting .264 with 4 homers and 19 RBI. That is like
264?
264, man. Yeah, he's having a monster
Does he
season
play much?
for them? Yeah. He's playing 3-4 days a week.
Because he was down to maybe like the once a week guy.
He's got 5 more at bats this year than he did all of last year.
Jeez.
Yeah. Right, so they've been using him.
Yep.
Cantillo 8-7 with a 3.91 ERA. So he's been very solid, not quite as spectacular as Gavin Williams. And then Sunday, that's also 4:10 tomorrow. Sunday, 10:40 a.m. start. Casey Mize make his 3rd start for the San Diego Padres against Tanner Bybee. Bybee has not been as good this year. He's had good seasons in the past. This year, been more of a struggle, 4-12. Although his ERA and his whip are fine. He's 3.99, 1.13 whip. So he has not been getting a ton of run support to contribute to that 4-12 record this season.
Their offense is what has traditionally been the issue in Cleveland, and they went out and they added Nathaniel Lowe to play first for some left-handed pop, and then they went out and added Joe Adell. You've got J-Ram, you got Stephen Kwan, who you couldn't have had a worse start to the season than Stephen Kwan did, and he's come on of late, so he's like a pesky dude. They're, again, another Central Division pesky team that can drive you crazy with good pitching and good defense and pesky hitters. But it's again they're not a great team this year, and so when you go on the road, you just got to strike first and try to hold on to that lead. Use what you can. Guys had a day off yesterday, and get after it.
Have they tried firing the hitting coach or complaining at least incessantly about their hitting coach?
Maybe.
Because that worked really well.
Maybe.
Here in San Diego, we complained, and finally the hitting coach got better. And I wasn't surprised because I told you when I went to the clubhouse the other day and I was talking to Gavin Sheets that Kevin Acee was there talking to him about Steven Sousa Jr.
Right.
And I told you about the joke that Sheets made. It was actually the lead of Kevin's piece. He said he wrote, Gavin Sheets doesn't think Padres hitting coach Steven Souza Jr. has improved at all. Quote, I think people might say he's done a better job. Quote, I think he's done a worse job as of late. He laughed. Joke was clear. Sheets is the one guy who's kind of gone the wrong direction in July and August, while the rest of the team has taken off like
everyone's praising him for
skyrocket.
He's terrible.
And Sheet says that at the end of the day, the way we play is a reflection of how these guys get praised. July, I think, was his worst month personally.
Yeah.
So he did use that quote and then went on and talked to other players like Fernando and Jackson Merrill about Steven Souza. And, we talked to him in spring training, and interesting guy. Talked about he's got his convictions about hitting. He's very scientific about the hitting, but also admitted he may have been overloading them early in the season with a lot of his science and opinions.
Did he say that in the piece?
He did. Yeah, Stevens did say that he had to learn to kind of dial it back a little bit, like maybe pick and choose a couple of the nuggets of things that he wanted to get to his players.
I mean, that's any job. That's any like coach or leader of any industry. I mean, you cannot overload people. There's a reason that they got in the door. Right. There's a reason those guys are in that locker room, and it's because of what they've done in their lives. And B-Law talked about it yesterday, when we had him on and I fully admit, I think the pitching coach deal is way different than the hitting coach. And, Sarah's kind of said that too. It's just different. It's completely different. So,
well, you can control all the variables when you're a pitcher.
Right. And you can't just, as a hitting coach, you can't be like, hey, no, it looks good. Just keep swinging. Like, you got to do something. You got to get in there and show them, hey, this is what worked and this didn't work. And, you may want to get your bat up or bat down, hands up.
And ultimately, you can have the perfect mechanics.
Yeah.
You can have the perfect swing. But if your eyes tell you it's a cutter and it's really a four-seamer and you just swing in the wrong place, that's not a failure of mechanics. It's not a failure of the hitting coach. It's not necessarily even a failure of the process. It's a failure of the human eye and brain to recognize something very difficult, which is someone throwing a ball 97 miles an hour and deciding where that ball is going to be in 0.37 milliseconds later, where I want to put my bat on it. It's not always a mechanical failure. It is a very hard thing to do.
The hardest. Yeah, it's not close.
All right, we'll take our last time out here. We'll come back, wrap things up, spin some topic wheel, get you ready for the weekend here with Ben and Woods.
And we decided earlier today we wanted to keep the vibes strong. We're going to bring back a fan favorite to wrap up the week.
I think I know what this is.
I somehow feel like it's going to involve me.
I think Ben's going to like it. That's what I think.
We'll get to that coming up next. It is Ben and Woods on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
He just here. I'll show you a little. Just a little.
Please don't.
Just a little bit. What hurts on you?
Nothing at all.
A little bit.
Nothing. Now,
So let's say
whatever you're about to touch is the only thing.
Let's say
It's gonna hurt.
Right?
All right, yeah.
Okay.
Pretend your knee hurts.
Pretend your knee.
It's going to in a second.
Right here.
Oh, that is not pleasant.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? This spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Men of Woods, brought to you by David P. Shapiro, criminal defense attorneys, helping good people regain control of their future when charged with a crime since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com. Thank you to our guests earlier today, Darren Smith and Craig Stammen. Our SDCCU management report, it's not Big Bang Banking, it's better. And if you did not hear it during the break, Chris Ello mentioning that Luis Rengifo going to be their Friar Friday guest. Now,
very cool.
I don't know the exact time, but I can make a pretty good guess since their show is only 1 hour long. And my guess is they're not going to have him right off the top. I'm just going to take a wild stab at 2:35 for Luis Rengifo for today's Friar Friday player guest.
Probably a good guess.
Our show.
Yeah.
Man.
It's a good way to get to the weekend.
You think?
The 1 hour show.
Come in here and do an hour? I would have done Pat McAfee for the whole hour. That's it. That's all
Yes, we wouldn't have gotten to anything.
No.
I mean,
just
I
had
know
an hour show.
I know Chris and I are neighbors. He lives in the same neighborhood as me, not very far from here. Like he literally can he'll be like today, he'll tell his wife, all right, I'll see you in like an hour and a half.
Yeah. Hour and a half. I'll be back.
From work.
Fantastic, man. Do you need
Not
to
bad.
prep for an hour show?
Oh no.
No. Not even, you can get drunk the night
How do you
before.
feel when
How do
we
I,
have-
I certainly wouldn't know. I would not.
How do you feel on Wednesday night now knowing that we have a 3-hour show essentially on Thursdays? Like you're
Much
like,
better.
oh, I can do that show. I could do 3 hours standing on my head.
Standing on my head.
Someone has to
an hour you would
prepare a bunch of questions for a round table.
Some
so
people are
it's
more talented
change
naturally than others. You know, you just never know what it is.
Am I sometimes jealous of your innate ability to
BS. Trust me. I prep in that I see everything.
Sure.
All day, every day.
Yes.
And I have a good memory for it. I read a lot. I don't write things down. I really don't write things down. It doesn't work for me. I can't take notes. I would be such a bad, like I've seen Jesse Agler and I see his notes and I go, I can't do it. And I'm not like Will Hunting. I don't have a photographic memory, but I'm able to
Mikey, Ricky, Danny, Terry, Mikey, Davey, Timmy, Tommy, Joey, Robbie, Johnny, and Brian.
I'm able to consume a lot and take what I need from it. And it's always worked for me.
And I write down probably way
Everything.
too much.
Yeah.
Like I'm ready. If you wanted to talk about the PGA Tour FedEx Cup playoffs getting started yesterday,
I'm not. I don't
I'm
want
ready to jump
We
in,
know
even
you
though
are.
I know there
You
is
know.
a 0% chance that you are going to want to talk
Have
about
you
the
ever-
PGA Tour FedEx Cup playoffs.
I couldn't
beginning
even imagine.
yesterday.
I don't even know when he's out of town. It's when I have the hardest time because I have to write stuff down when he leaves because there's things I have to remember off the top of my head.
Every night, Ben
on a piece of paper.
Ben emails us every
Every night,
single
there's
night
notes.
his show notes, and it's a running, list of notes that he just adds to, and he'll update with, today's Padres game
Yeah,
or whatever.
right.
But like, have you ever opened
Oh,
it?
open it! It's the greatest. It's
He has like transactions made during the middle of the NFL season from last year.
I like to keep like
It's like, oh, the
major
Lions dropped,
transactions.
What is your
never know
reasoning
when-
for it?
Well, let's say, I don't know, the topic of a certain team comes up, and I can quickly then look and see what some of their key offseason
I'm not
moves
even
were, 'cause
knocking it.
I'm not knocking it either.
I'll forget that, for instance, the Patriots, remember, acquired A.J. Brown from the Eagles in the offseason. Oh, yeah, that's right. A.J. Brown is a Patriot now. It just is a way that I can remember very quickly, like some of the big moves that have taken place. So, like all the trade deadline moves, if we
Way to
had
remind
forgotten
Woods
any of them,
earlier this week who won the Super Bowl.
That's true.
I have a big list of them still. Like, just I can go back and look and just remember. Oh yeah, they switched teams. Oh, that's what that deal was.
True or false? The Jets placed the franchise tag on running back Breece Hall.
True.
That's true,
That
and
is
I know
true.
that because it's in my notes. Oh, this
Should
is
I
good.
stop sending them to you? Should I just
No, I
keep
love
them to
them.
myself?
I love them.
You want the notes?
Oh yeah, yeah, for sure.
Even though you don't always open them.
I don't open them all the time.
When's the last time you opened one? Besides,
I don't
just
have
now?
read receipts on, so I don't really know.
The last time I opened it, 2023.
I'm not going to stop doing them.
No.
I'll do them for myself. I don't have to send them to you guys, although it does show you
he
that
does
I've
do
been
a recap.
I've been diligently thinking about the
All
show.
right, let me read this for you guys. DDT. A-Rod has a rod in his pants. That's what he wrote. Recap. SDSU practice took a 5 love languages survey online.
And we talked about both of those things.
Did. I didn't know you still wrote your recap in there.
I knew that's the only thing that you care about at all.
Can I get a
so-
bit more?
Well, I figure
Can I
I'll
get a bit
expand when we're on the show.
Okay.
That's just a reminder to me of things that I did yesterday in case it comes up.
Well, here's the thing. You're the funniest when you list the most mundane.
Right.
So if it's not too much trouble, expand a bit more on it. And then I can pull the thread. I can pull the thread. I can ask
expand
you
on
about
the
it.
recap
Yes.
every day.
Yeah. Do less of the other stuff and expand on
Right.
the recap. Right.
We still haven't gotten to Mauricio Pochettino signing a new deal to re-up as the U.S.
No.
men's national team head coach. Wrote that down like 3 weeks ago. Never even got to it.
Bud Cauley won the RBC Canadian Open.
Yes, he did.
Wyndham Clark won the Byron Nelson. That was like
Segment
6 weeks
sponsored
ago.
by Ben's Note.
This is unbelievable. The Wolverines beat UConn 69-63. The first. I'm glad that's in there. I
also like to keep last year's like award winners just so I have them like who was the offensive player of the year in the NFL last year. Well, I can look it up quickly and that's right. It was Jackson Smith and Jigba.
That's right.
Of the Seattle Seahawks.
This is great. That's great. Yeah, don't ever stop.
All right.
You do a great job. Ben, you do a great job.
Shall we we got time for one topic wheel spin maybe before we wrap up with I know what we're wrapping up with.
Figure
Ben's
it out.
likes, coming up.
Before you read, this is a great point. Zach said, imagine if Ben and Woodsy were one person. They would be unstoppable. It's true. We truly would be unstoppable.
Topic Wheel question asks, what life-changing advice sounded like nonsense the first time you heard it?
Oh, man.
Life-changing advice.
Sounded like nonsense.
That sounded
I
like
think just the overall idea that you heard really as a kid, but kind of throughout your life of just enjoy it. Like it goes really fast.
It goes fast.
Like you don't think about it as a kid, but yeah, the childhood does go really fast.
So fast.
And like, I'll be 36 in a month. And it's like, I'm already kind of starting to slow down a little bit and just appreciate more of the fragility of life.
I know when I was younger and people said sleep is so important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did not understand. Like, what?
Yeah. No.
Sleep, it's not that important. It's actually taking away from my ability to do things I would rather be doing and moving my life forward. How could sleep possibly be that important? But
15 years ago,
it's definitely important.
15 years ago, 20 years ago, if you said, hey man, got to make sure you don't focus so much on your career. Like just be happy in the moment. Like I would have said you were crazy. Just type A, grinding. I was a big fan of the grind. And the older I get, I'm like, I want to grind less. I want to do a great job, but I don't want to kill myself over work, because you do come to realize if you're dead and gone, they're moving on. They don't care. They're not going to shut the whole thing down because you're gone. And it lends to a better transactional relationship between employer and employee.
I'm always envious of the people who seemingly can do both.
Yeah.
Like super successful, but also super
balanced life.
Plenty of time off at the same time. It just seems impossible to be able to do both.
I'm better now than I was. All right, let's get to it.
I like to live my life after another famous Benjamin Button. I like when the Padres take 2 of 3 from the Dodgers. I would have liked to have tried something else. I like Darren. I've always liked Darren. I like watching LeBron and Anthony Davis. Sex by the fire at night.
Whoa.
That's what I like. I like Jake Cronenworth. The last couple of days, I've really liked his swings. I do like horses. I like the Padres lineup. I like when things just flow perfectly. But I like Indian food. I just like a good, honest answer. I've liked what I've seen from Donovan Solano so far. I like that idea. I like 18 games in 18 days. I like where the Padres are. I like that we won as a team.
I do
all
too.
of us together. I like to picture people actually in a recording studio. I like the way the Padres play baseball. What I like is the variety of the wins.
Yeah.
I liked everything about this week. I like the idea of the fast offense. I like a good Oktoberfest.
I bet you do.
I like eating a lot. I like all the matchups, though, for the series, Woods. I like the word ambiance as well. I do like the hotel rooms that have a nice big tub. I like the Padres' chances in all those games. I like a mini donut, too. I like Stephen A. I like oysters.
Yes.
I saw a quote from Eric Bruckner that I actually liked. I like our chances. I mean, I like beef jerky. I like sitting. I like meals out. I like the Royals with Seth Lugo. I like a tangier burger. I like booths. I like the idea of knowing, like, the checks will be coming. I like a good artichoke dip.
I like living in San Diego way more than I would like living in Los Angeles. He's been on our show before. I like Jake. I like playing Golden Tee.
I like tomato soup. I like to mix up the difficulty level from time to time. I do actually like buffalo cauliflower. I do like to be right. I liked the players they had this year. I like the consistency. I like hamachi.
I do like to make a salient point.
I like his at-bats. Well, cranberry juice cocktail, I like that. I like to eat.
I do like walking.
I liked his approach, attack something quickly, go the other way. I like the clinking of the chips. I like that game yesterday. Again, I just really like the smaller school feel. I like those books, and I like that movie. I like having Nick Pivetta on the mound. I like to try the different items. I like a big old English D. I like some of the swings that he takes. I like to walk. I really do. I actually like him in this spot today. I like Yakitori. I like the Padres to be in that situation. And I like that Mike Schilt is the guy. I like stuffing my face in a box. I usually like to go to at least 4-star establishments of any kind. I like Bud Black a lot. I like a good Ferris wheel. This is a little bit silly, but I liked it. I think that's just that's like a third of what you've got, right, Paulie?
Oh,
that's just one batch.
Is that just one batch?
That's one small batch.
That was 2.5 minutes. Last time we haven't even been adding to things.
No,
been
we
like
haven't been adding
in quite a while, but like right now, if we wanted, I got about 7 straight minutes of.
I like when he said the Donovan Solano. I like Donovan, and I looked in your notes. He was 2 for 4 in your notes last night.
For some reason, my favorite one of that particular batch is I like the word ambiance.
I like hamachi. I like what's yakitori?
That's like the skewers.
Oh, I love yakitori.
Japanese skewers.
Delicious.
Very tasty, right?
I like yakisoba too.
That's the noodle.
Yeah. Delicious.
I thought the one where you go, I saw a quote from Eric Grutner that I actually liked.
I saw a quote from Eric Grutner.
Was it meant to be an
actually
insult?
liked?
Was it meant to be an insult?
It's fantastic. Let's go, Padres.
All right,
keep the good vibes going.
That is it for us this week. Thank you for joining us, Tier 1s. We will rejoin you Monday at 6 a.m. to wrap up the series against the Guardians. Braden and Frank getting ready to join us here in the studio. We are on our way out. For Paulie Reindl, For Stephen Woods, I'm Ben Higgins. Have a great rest of your Friday from all of us here at San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. So long, everybody.